fortunes revolve. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slam it, grade it, immortal path. The IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe cursed. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. Flip that spec, pumping dumb dreams. Holy Grail whispers, tear at the seams. Market spikes in the rumor mill's breath. Crossovers ink the line of death. Footnotes trace the collector's code. White pages pure in a mylar hold. Investment grade, sealed in a tomb, but the panels still scream, they boom. Back issue fire, collector's sin. Every variant cover pulls you back in. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slam it, grade it, immortal path. IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe cursed. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. Flip it, press it, spec it, grade it. Canon's eternal, you can't escape it. KSU, KSU, arcade eternal, bleed through you. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slam it, grade it, immortal path. IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe cursed. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. Flip it, press it, spec it, grade it. Canon's eternal, you can't escape it. KSU, KSU, arcade eternal, bleed through you. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slam it, grade it, immortal. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe cursed. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. It's more than a run. It's the crossover you can't outrun. The IzzyVerse lives on. The IzzyVerse lives on.
Hi.
Hi.
Look at you. You're back in your room.
Isn't
About
it
time.
nice?
Yeah,
Isn't it nice?
what's
Isn't
that book
it
you got?
neat? My collection
God,
is
there you go.
almost complete.
What do you mean almost complete? Your collection's never complete.
I'm singing, damn it. It's from The Little Mermaid. Help me here.
Oh God, but yeah, but your collection's never complete. It's a never-ending collection. What's that book you got behind you? What is that? I'm trying to see that book behind you. What is that? I can't zoom in.
That is a piece of art
Oh.
from when wildfire appears as wildfire.
Ah. Okay. That's it. I missed the painting. Where's the painting?
In the corner.
Yeah, that's where it usually is.
Well, I know, but the painting has been replaced by comics curing cancer artwork.
Oh, God.
Because
No, we want the painting back and the sofa.
The painting comes back
and,
after scene
and the
three.
painting has to be like crooked too. It has to be crooked.
Oh, shut up! The painting was rarely crooked, and
it was crooked all the time. What are you talking about?
It was not crooked all the time. How
yes, it was, bro. It was always crooked.
The camera's crooked. The painting's never crooked.
Yeah,
that's some of my best wire work ever.
You're right. So what's going on, Cliff? How you been?
You don't want the real answer to that, so I'm great.
Dear God, can't you?
Everything's great. I'm having a lovely time. No one died. It's great.
Don't start that because we did have a death this week, and that was Hayden.
I had two. I had Payne and Panettiere, and I had somebody in my life. It was terrible.
Well, someone in my life too, so I also had two.
So that's what I'm saying. It sucks. I'm like, but we're here to talk about comics. We're
here to talk about comics. Rest in peace to Cheerleader. That's all I gotta say.
I met her back in 2007, and her mom.
Oh, really? How was she?
It was at Wizard World Philly, and it was like
Wizard World Philly. Oh, that's a possibility. I was there.
Yeah. So like, I know, but did you meet her? But anyhow, it was,
I don't remember. I would have remembered.
It was lovely. She was in a movie called Normal that I really loved.
Mm-hmm.
The main character was transitioning to be a woman. His wife was struggling with it. His son only appears in one big scene and is out of his mind about it. His co-workers, his church, everybody's rough on it. And she is the only character, her character, a teenage girl, is the only character in the movie who's like, it's okay. And I support you. And I'm here for you. And like, oh, do you want to pick up pearls together? I love her so much in that movie. And she's just great. And then, of course, she was just lovely in person with her mom. And we all love her from Heroes. And like, dude, the first thing that came to my mind after I saw this thing at 6 o'clock in the morning, I think, what was it? Monday morning. I was just devastated. And the first thought that went through my head was save the cheerleader, save the world. Right. And now I'm like, we didn't save. We didn't save the cheerleader.
Poor cheerleader.
I'm genuinely sad. Like, I'm genuinely sad. And like, maybe it's because I met her and her mom, and that was like really sweet. And they were just both really nice. Maybe because I loved her from so many things, from Remember to Titan to freaking Nashville. But like, the last time I felt this genuinely upset was Carrie Fisher, and now I'm genuinely like, I'm upset, but I mean like a special kind of heartbreak.
Yeah, I agree.
With a celebrity is this because I just felt like, I don't know, it just feels so sad.
First of all, she's gone way too young. No one should like. She was only 36. We don't know exactly what happened.
Now, there are some people out there who feel that she was silenced, but I'm, based on my line of work and what I've learned over the years, is what people will do is, they'll order their usual order after some time away from these things.
Yeah.
And that'll do it. That'll be enough to get them, because your body is not the same anymore, right?
Yeah.
And it's really tragic.
Well, let's move on, because this is we're not here to do that.
Like I said, we're here to talk about comics. We're here to talk
comics. So
and
rest in peace
that was a big piece of news. That was a big piece.
It was a big piece of news, and let's go ahead and take a moment first to say hey to the people in the chat, because we do have a guest today. We have a very special guest who's hanging in backstage, just chilling, looking good out there. I know you. I see you. I see you doing the little stuff right there. So let's first say what's up to the chat, starting with our boy Las Cruces. Hello from Nuevo Mexico. All right. Yay. And look who's here. John's Comics with Friends.
Because he's a trooper.
Exactly. He's chilling with us. DVA's all the way from the UK. I got to hang out with him on Sunday a little bit when we got to talk about wrestling, which is always fun. Mark is here early. Even the waiting room music is for the stream is someone's yelling at us. That's right. I wouldn't have it any other way. All right. Nerdy Geek also saying what's up to Cliffy and Izzy. But why is he saying it with a question mark?
No, it's the question mark and the thing.
Oh, so it's a what's up, Cliffy and Izzy?
Sure.
You know, my boy DVH. Well, DVH, I said DVH. JSS. I had a nice little conversation with him. So he's excited for the CBCA Awards. Are we gonna get the announcements this weekend?
We're supposed to, because the next wave is coming in, and then I can blossom from my sarcophagus and start screaming for the hilltops who we should all be voting for.
We already started with the Little Mermaid soundtrack on Spotify. All right. We also have Comic Cats Collectible. Rich, I haven't seen you in a bit, man. It's been a while. We gotta see each other. I know Garden State's happening very soon, but I don't know how soon it's happening. So I'm not even sure if I'm gonna attend it or not. It's just depending on how I feel, to be honest with you. I've been very busy. And of course, Scream 4 is the best Scream sequel, and she had a lot to do with that. Yeah. And look at this. Black Spiders is throwing up the very first super chat of the day. So, but I'm going to bring our guests before we even do that. But we have our first super chat, so that's pretty awesome. Even though he went with black, and black is not a normal color. So I don't know what's going on there. Saying what's up. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. You got Joffrey also in the house. And, he is going to be there. That's awesome. So Comic Cat, he will be there on the 29th. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh, God, it's such a tight weekend because the 30th is then CliffCon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, well, that's the very next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting one. I like I said, I'm not 100% certain just yet. So, with us today, we're gonna talk. We're gonna be doing our giveaway in a second, but I want to bring out our guest before we even do that. So you guys might know him from Shortboxed, or you might know him from the internet. So we're gonna be hanging out with Kevin. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Infinity Packs, something that I talked to Cliff a little bit about. So let's bring him out here, man. Kevin from Shortboxed, how you doing, bro?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. Can you hear me okay? We're good?
Yes, excellent.
We hear you perfectly. So before we even get to the Shortboxed and we start talking, and we got to have some little fun with it. I wanted to bring you out here because this is something we do at the beginning of every show. We do our monthly giveaway. So if you leave a super chat of any size, or if you're a channel member, you automatically get in. But for every super chat, there's like this guessing game. So for this week, this is what we got. So the way it works is that you have 4 logos, and for every super chat that comes in, we open up one of the logos and we add a book to the pile. So what I normally do is I have Cliff guess the logos, but you are more than welcome to guess what they are, and maybe who knows, maybe you get it right. But it is our audience that gets to do the super chat. So Cliff, can you show him the first one? What do you think the first logo looks like? And what do you think?
The green one?
Yeah, let's do the green one first. What does that look like to you?
Well, that's an atomic structure, which makes me think Atom or Firestorm.
Okay, good. All right. So Kevin, you want to take a crack on the blue one?
The blue one. Oh, man.
That was pretty obvious if you know it. That's the catch.
Okay. I don't think I'm that guy.
Right.
I have no idea.
Cliff, what do you think the blue one is?
I want it to be the Blue Marvel, but it doesn't feel right.
No. All right. It's actually more obvious than you think. It's funny. Okay, then we got the red one. So I'll go back to Kevin. What do you think the red one could potentially mean?
Is that like Zatanna and her?
Ooh, good
I like
guess.
that idea.
That's a good guess. That's definitely a good guess. Are you going to stick to that guess too, Cliff? If that's what you're going to go for?
I feel like Zatanna's too obvious.
Yeah.
Hellfire Gala, because being dressed up.
I don't know. I'm not saying it. We have to find out. Okay, and what about this last one, the bottom one, the yellow one?
Well, that looks like an over sludging coffee experience.
Maybe you have a good idea there. All right. So Black Spiders went with the blue one. So since he has the first super chat, we're going to open up. It's actually more obvious than you think. This is the logo for Ultimate Endgame #1. But we got the Dan Pinoza variant. It is literally the logo. That's the logo they have. I have
Got
the
it.
comic right here. So that's been added to the pile. There it is.
Okay. I don't
Ultimate
feel
Endgame.
bad for not knowing that, but
Oh, no, it's perfectly fine.
But it is obvious once you see the cover. It's like right there.
Yeah,
so.
well, it's actually the maker. That's what it is, but it's like an upside down version
okay.
of the maker. That's what it
Gotcha.
is. So we do have 2 more. We still have the other 3, and then here's the other thing: the centerpiece. That's kind of like once we get them all, it's a big book, and this week's big book is actually a fun one. I think it's a fun one. So that's what we got going on. But I don't want to waste anybody's time. I want to go ahead and talk a little bit with you. So we're going to put this away, and we'll keep it up in the background here for you guys. So we'll do it. So, Kevin, let's talk a little bit about why you're here, and let's say what's up to White Tiger. So Kevin, you're from Shortboxed. Talk to me a little bit about how things going on with Shortboxed.
Oh man, business is booming. The marketplace is growing. We just got back from I guess a little while ago now from San Diego, where we announced our new Infinity Packs, which is the whole reason I'm here today. So Infinity Packs are our version of the mystery pack. So buyers can go on and pull a pack of different values and see what they get. We serve up books that are active listings from our sellers. So everything in the packs is fed by our community for the community, which is pretty awesome. People are getting sales like crazy. People are pulling all over the place. So some really big chase hits that have happened. I think the first weekend we launched at San Diego, there's a guy that pulled a couple of $500 packs, and he pulled a FF48 and a Tomb of Dracula 10. So I mean, like, people are winning. Our odds are pretty agreeable when you compare it to a lot of the other stuff that's out there. So
that's awesome, man. So let's take a look at the site while we're at it. And I do see we have JSS with the green. Nerdy Geek also went with green, but since JSS got the green first, Nerdy Geek, you get to pick the other colors, and we'll come back to those. So we got them started anyway. So let's go ahead and open this thing up, and we'll add it to the stage there. So we got the Shortbox website. So, my man JSS already dropping the links. That's what JSS, the best in the business. He's always doing the links for us.
JSS the best.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So
thanks.
So
dude.
Introducing the Infinity Pack. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. So one of the things I immediately noticed when I was reviewing this stuff was you have multiple types of packs. So let's talk a little bit about the different types of packs that you have.
Cool. So we've got the ones based on just the general value of the fair market value of the book, and the list price. And then you've got some themed ones like the $75 ASM. That's just all purely Spider-Man books. First Appearances is super cool. That runs the whole gamut, I think, from like modern to silver or something like that. And then you've got then just some higher value ones, but just based on the value. So if you scroll down a little further, if you tap on, let's say, the $100 mystery pack,
okay. Let's go ahead and do that.
If you scroll down, you get to actually see the odds of what you're going to hit. Okay. So
50% chance you're going to get a book that could be $63 to $77. 30% chance is $77.94. 15% of the chance it's $103 to $127, and then 3 and 1% is where you got the big money books, I guess you could say, for this one.
Exactly, the chase hits. So the big read here though is when you tally up those bottom 4 little lines, you've got a 20% chance to get a book that's worth more than what you put into it. So it's pretty cool. The only thing sellers need to do to have all their inventory considered for this stuff is just to price stuff well. So we're only considering books that are in the fair market range.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very like transparent. We like to make sure people know what they're getting into. And then, when you pull a pack, you have the option, you have 1 hour once you pull your pack to either check out and pay your shipping and fees to have it shipped along to you. And then the seller gets a label. Or if you don't want it, and you want to sell it back to us, we'll take it at 90% of the list price of the book. So if you get like $100 book, you don't want it, you sell it back to us for $90. That goes into your wallet, so you can use that for a future pull, or you can withdraw that to your bank account. So
that's cool. That's cool. There is one here that stands out for me, and that's called Free Pack.
Hell yeah,
so
brother.
Let's talk a little bit about Free Pack, because I think that's where our fans
Yeah.
here are there's this level of interest here. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
talk to
mean,
me
free's
about this
always
free pack.
yeah, free's let's see here. So free's always people's favorite price. For the free pack, you have like a 97% chance to get nothing just because it's free. You have, I think, a 2% chance to get a bundle of 10 image comics, some first appearances, store variants, stuff like that. We get a file copy deal with Image, so we have everything that they print.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or a 1% chance to win a hardcover included in that file copy print with Image. We've file copy situation with Image. We also get their hardcovers that they make. So, you know, free pull, see if you win something, and then we reach out to you to sort of arrange shipping address and all that kind of stuff so we can send it over to you.
That's cool. So, Cliff, did you get on yours? So I want to see you do it first.
Oh, you do you?
Yeah, I want to see because I have to sign in.
You're such a pervert, you know. And
so let's take a look at Cliff's first. So I'm gonna remove myself and I'm gonna add Cliff. So this is your pack, Cliff, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, I'm signing in because that just makes sense.
Right.
And I'm gonna click that magical open button.
Click that magical
In 3,
open button.
2, 1.
You get a cool.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that!
Little-
Oh, look! It's opening like the tomb. It's opening like the
shopping
tomb
for the boo boos.
Try again tomorrow. So, with that being said, it does say try again tomorrow. So, how long is this free pack going for?
It's going to run through Friday. You can do a free pull every day.
Right. So you hear that, guys? You could do a free pull every day through Friday. So that's
crazy, not
you
to.
know. So what is it
Yeah.
today? What's today? Today's Tuesday, right? So you have
But it's Tuesday.
today's Tuesday. You have 4 days to do this. You can have 4 chances.
Yeah.
So now that Cliff did his, so I'm going to remove his. It's my turn. Let's go ahead and see. Let's see how I do. Okay. So I'm clicking in and I'm going to open my pack. No whammy, 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 no whammy. Let's see this.
Oh, I love that graphic. It's like Pulp
It
Fiction.
it is kind of fun. Try again.
I mean,
Right,
at least it's like almost a week's worth of tries.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
so I'm gonna pull mine. I'm not sharing my screen, but the free pack here. Let's see if I win anything.
It's hashtag Greg if he wins.
Try again tomorrow. Yeah, right.
So
Right.
all you guys have, everybody, here's the site. It's in. We already put the site up, so Jess has put a site, so you could do it. Joffrey is asking a question. Do you have to be a member to Shortboxed to be a subscriber?
No, not at all. I mean, you have to create an account. So I don't know if that qualifies as like being I don't think it's a subscriber. There's no fees to use Shortboxed.
Yeah, there's no
The only
fees.
time-
So
Yeah, the only time money changes is when a sale happens, when we take our 10% payout from a sale. I mean, that's pretty much it, you know.
yeah, and it's pretty
So
good.
yeah, if
I
you
know.
want to check out for Joffrey Castro, like come on through, man. Sign up for an account, check it out. You can do your free pulls on the app. We also have a web version now, so that we've been looking at here today. So you can go to shortbox.com, sign up there, whatever you want to do.
Black Spiders is saying nice. Now you may know Black Spiders, Kevin. He's
Maybe.
he is a Shortbox seller. I think you know who.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so he's here. So he's
I
like
love it.
nice.
We'll remain anonymous, but Black Spider,
Yeah.
nice to see you. I'm sure we'll communicate at some point. I talk to everybody.
Well,
there's also
you actually have communicated with Black Spiders.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it. I was chatting with someone the other day, and they just mentioned, oh yeah, my buddy's a seller, and I asked the name, and they told me I'm like, tell me the last name. I know everyone's name, and I'm like, oh crap, your buddy's been a auction seller with us for like a year and a half. Like I know him pretty well. So he's like, yeah, he's my best man. It's such a small world. This
It
hobby
really
and
is. Well,
we are in.
with that being said, Kevin, thank you so much for stopping by for this. But if you want to, you can hang out. Let's take a look at what.
I'll hang for a bit. There was a
let's-
question by JSS up in the comments that I wanted to address. How do you guys respond to the gambling accusation? It's legal in the US. So it's not something that we're concerned about. We like to look at it more as like opening a pack of Pokemon cards. There's always the chance you might hit the holo, the chase, and that's what keeps you opening them. but oftentimes they're full of stuff that's not quite as valuable as what you spent on it. And there's never, a problem with getting 90% of your value out of your item out. You're never stuck. So we try to be transparent, give all the information up front. You're never stuck. That kind of stuff, I think, really helps with our use case here.
So did Shortbox or does SB create exclusive comics for cons?
We dabbled in exclusives a few years back. Had one really big hit, had one that was kind of not a huge hit, but still sold okay. And then, another that we give out when we go to conventions now because we have so many of them. So we've played with the idea, but we don't really have anything on the horizon. I mean, anything like that, it just takes the right proposal really to make us consider. We're always down to, we don't close any doors unnecessarily. So,
So Black Spiders has made the announcement. He's BX Comics.
Oh crap. BX Comics. Oh wait, you're the guy I was talking with about the seller.
Exactly.
It's been a long week, guys. Apologize.
I know.
Black Spider, what's up, dude? Really good to see you, man.
Okay, so now we're gonna go with our first one. JSS went with Cheers with the green. All right. Okay. So what do you guys thought it was originally? Cliff, what did you say it was the green?
The green, the Atom. I'm getting Atom Atomic Feels.
Okay.
That or Firestorm.
Okay, and Kevin, what do you think it could potentially be?
I don't know. I don't think Dr. Manhattan's just the single circle with the atom around it, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it is. It's something. It's definitely topical. I'll give it that much. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Since we have the open, let's do this. Let's do it. Stewart Fails to Save the Universe #1, the Jim Lee cover.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory, Atom. Okay.
This book was
like
hot.
Too good. Like the art's almost too clean for something like that. I like the old DC logo.
It is a Jim Lee cover. So Jim Lee did the cover for this book, and Jim Lee does have a little bit of a history with Big Bang Theory because there is an episode where he did an image of Leonard as Lino for the story. So and this book was actually a hot book in San Diego, and apparently Midtown Comics had copies, so I was able to grab one for them. So we're adding that book into the pile, and Nerdy Geek drew in the $5. But we have the green. So Nerdy Geek, did Nerdy Geek come up with the new color? Gentleman's choice. I'm gonna go with this one, the tuxedo.
Our magic gal's hiding behind that one.
So you guys said Zatanna, right?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But...
Okay. I'm sorry.
Or Hellfire Gala.
Okay. Or Hellfire Gala. Okay. I'm sorry to say both of you are again incorrect. It's Batman issue 12.
Oh,
what the heck?
Pennyworth. Why didn't I think of you?
Verity Pennyworth. So it was a butler uniform. That's what it was.
Oh man, it looks like a magician uniform to me.
Well, it could be either or, right?
I mean, it's a tuxedo. That's the problem.
A tuxedo. So that's the whole thing. And now we are down to this yellow one, and then of course the big one. I guess we could call the big one. So the yellow one I think it's probably the hardest one to decipher. But I will tell you one thing right now, Cliff. You mentioned the word sludge, but you mentioned coffee. I'm going to go off and say not coffee.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Cliff, check IG DM. I hit a free pack.
That's awesome, dude. Congratulations.
It would be JSS to get the free pack, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's so
funny.
But
what?
Good
I
job,
mean, is
dude.
that what happened? Did he really get a free pack?
Well, he said to check your DM. Yeah. He's telling you to check your DM, Cliff.
Oh, he got the 10-pack of comics.
Oh,
heck yeah! So JSS, nice. We'll be sending emails out to all the winners. We're just letting them collect a little bit and getting our whole process straight since this is a new thing. But we'll reach out and get your address and information confirmed so we can send some stuff out to you.
May it be full. May it be full of exquisite corpses and not so much Youngblood.
Oh,
And like,
Yeah.
No, are these the books, or this is just
no, it's a
sample pack?
suggestion of what the books are.
Oh, I was about to say, because there's some pretty good books in this pack. So,
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, it's you know, we have that deal with Image, so they send us everything. So there were even like, you know, store exclusives that sold out immediately that we
Really?
had copies of that were getting.
also there's
included
chases in
pack
those 10
San
packs.
Diego.
Then
In some
Yeah.
cases, yeah, they're getting like foil covers, they're getting like incentive variants, they're getting all sorts of stuff. It's such a wide range, like it's truly random. But yeah, we
Mhm.
try to make sure each pack has some number ones and whatever cool stuff we can get
Oh,
in there. And we're
I'm
collectors
looking-
too, so we know we don't want to give you a boo bundle of
Yeah.
books.
I'm looking forward to try again tomorrow, and then the day after that, and then the day after that, and then the day after that.
And then the next time it comes up.
Yeah.
And are you doing do we already talk? Are you doing Baltimore?
We are both doing Baltimore. We will both be there.
Cool. We're gonna do
I
free
am
packs the
dragging
whole
this guy's
weekend.
butt. I'm gonna drag him to us. So we're gonna be hanging out. So we'll get to hang
I'm
out.
gonna
Kevin.
have so much coffee
Perfect.
because
Baltimore's great.
I don't know how people my age have any strength after 9:30. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
especially after a day at the con, my legs are like, I don't know who you think you are. You're no good to anybody right now. You know.
Yeah. And let's not forget, JSS is gonna be at Only Slabs this weekend.
Yes, he will.
So
Saturday.
he did cue me in that he has some nice big books to show off. So I'm
Nice.
excited to see what they are. Hopefully I'll be able to catch the show live because I've been busy editing like a madman lately, getting ready for this big time video that we're doing. So with that being said, we still got the one. So you guys leave a super chat of any size, we'll get that last one in. And if there's a second super chat, then we're going to find out what's in the middle. All right. But Kevin, I want to say thank you once again. Really appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping by. And we'll let you know if we win any more. If we even win one. But we already got one winner from the stream. So remember, guys, if you go to Shortboxed, everybody in this stream qualifies to play. So you could definitely play and see if you win a free pack. Or if you're interested in actually utilizing it, go ahead, have fun with it. It's, you know, I say, you know, if you do it wisely, it's a good thing. You know, the whole concept could be dangerous for some people. And there goes Cliff once more with me. All right, Cliff, you want to take another stab at what this item means?
At the sludginess of it all?
Yeah.
It's not
Teenage
like
Ninja
turtle
Turtles?
ooze, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's a sample of clay, or what we call Play-Doh.
Oh, Clayface. There we go.
And it's Absolute Batman 23.
Oh, that's a good one. And that was a worthy issue.
Mhm.
Worthy issue. Coming from the biggest critic of that book who actually reads it.
So
Not the biggest critic who doesn't look at it. The biggest critic
I
who
will
reads
tell
it.
you right now, let's go ahead and show off what we got so far from this pack, right? So far, what we got, let me see if I could do the zooming. Not you. I don't want you. I want me. All right. So far, this is what we have. So, Kevin, you're going to see how insane I am. So we just added the Absolute Batman, right?
Yep.
We did that one. We added the first appearance of Verity Pennyworth, right? With what issue is this? 12. Issue 12. 7's the one that everybody's hunting for. We got Stewart Fails the Universe, right? So these are the ones we opened today. We got the Ultimate Endgame, the Pinoja cover. So that's been added. This was from last week. Crisis on Infinite Earths. I just realized it's a newsie. Issue number 1.
Look at him realizing it's a newsie.
I just realized it was a newsie. We got Uncanny X-Men. This is the hard part. This is the time period where they used to put the numbers in the little box. Issue 322. First mention of Onslaught. We have Classic X-Men, issue number 3, the Arthur Adams variant, which beautiful Arthur Adams.
Yeah,
we got
cover.
Mark Spears Monsters 11, the Jaws homage. We got here a Absolute Catwoman number 1, the Zozomaika cover.
Zozomaika.
So good. Yeah.
Yep. Good friend of the channel. Comics the Magazine number 5.
There we go. A little more Mark Spears.
All right. Oh, G.I. Joe 330. The return.
Oh, first print.
First
Enter
print,
Laura Croft.
Tomb Raider. So that's in the pack. And we have
Wow.
a Dork #1 signed by the one and only Brett Bean. But wait, there's more.
Oh my God.
X-Men Season 2 97
Hey.
is there. And the last item that we still have room for one more item today. Last item is the preliminary sketchbook signed by the one and only Arthur Adams. You can't see anything, but it's because it's all blue line. But Arthur Adams did sign the book, as you can see right there. So all
Very
this
cool.
is this big stack of books so far goes into the monthly giveaway. And everybody that leaves a super chat qualifies. If you're a channel member, you qualify. And this is the last one in the pile. So we still have that one more. So thank you once again, Kevin, for stopping by.
Dude. Yeah.
Always
for
a
your
good
time.
friend of the channel, man. So
All right,
thanks,
guys.
man. Take care,
Sounds
man.
good. Yep. We'll
Kevin,
see
a
you.
pleasure. See you in Baltimore.
Yeah, see you, Cliff. Take care, bud.
See you in Baltimore, Kevin.
All right, guys.
All right, with that. Oh, I think I
Show me the sludge. Show me the sludge.
Oh, that's right. We didn't even show the sludge. No, I did show you the sludge. It was the Clayface.
Oh, Clayface, right?
Yeah, Absolute Batman. That was the sludge.
Oh, that's right. Well, now
Dude,
it didn't feel
all
as
the-
exciting.
Now he What's up, JJD316? How you doing? All right. You know what we didn't talk about today so far? Let's get this out. We
The
haven't talked
damn
about
5 out of 5 is what we haven't talked about.
We do need the 5 out of 5, so we need that one more.
Okay, you got your 5 out of 5. Let's go.
Where is it? Did you just do it? You just did it. Right when I get off the thing. Look at this. I gotta put this
I
back
know, I'm trying
up.
to keep you on the thing. You don't take
all right. So let's add it here. And since Kevin's here, he's still here. So Kevin, you want to see what's in the center?
Of course.
The
That's
center
what I was hanging out
is
for.
the center is going to be a Midnight Sun's Blood Hood Blake. But
Oh, but are you gonna draw on it?
I'm gonna draw on it. You're gonna
Hell
have
yeah, dude.
the winner gets to pick who makes the cover. So it could be a Ghost Rider, it could be a Blade, it could be a Morbius. And Cliff, I know you like my monsters. So last time I did a red cover, it was a Blade, and the winner was very happy with it. So I got the
Oh, I'm
Midnight
sure,
Sun.
but I'm really hoping for a Dracula this time.
Oh, Dracula would be cool. So
That would be cool.
there it is. That's the winner. All right, Kevin. Thanks again.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks, guys, for giving me that closure. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, see
Have a
ya.
good night.
You let
Yeah.
play for you, then Cliff. All right. And an original Izzy, I knew it. Thanks. All right, guys. Thank you so much for that. So the one thing I haven't done, and we definitely have to go to it because we already been into it, but I want to talk about this. So it's time to talk a little bit about the news. We have some news to talk about. So it was a big news week this week. Oh no, you're clicking the thing up. I gotta make sure I know you're
I
clicking or not.
clicked.
Well, you did earlier. Anyway, let's talk about news. So let's talk a little bit about D23. And more importantly, let's talk a little bit about this casting choice, what we like to call the new X-Men. So, Cliff, you heard the news. Who got hired? What's your thoughts on the new X-Men?
It's great.
Yeah, some names we knew already. There were some names we already knew off the top, right? Obviously, we already knew about Jean Grey. We knew about the guy that they picked for Cyclops, Kit Connors. That's his name,
Yep.
right? But
Literally, we knew about everybody but Rogue, and that was it. Rogue was.
but
the
she
surprise.
was, but the actress Indy Naviate, who is the actress behind the Obsession movie,
and
she was-
and Superman and Lois.
and Superman Lois, she was part of the rumor mill, but they didn't know exactly who she was in the rumor mill. All right. Another thing that we knew, but we didn't know, was who Adam Driver was going to play. Like everybody was talking about Magneto, but there was discussions of Mr. Sinister, and we ended up getting Mr. Sinister. So, do you like it? The only one that I still have to wait and see is the guy that they hired for Professor X. I'm sure he's a great actor, but
he's wonderful. These people have theater background, and I love it.
The other one was the girl that they hired for Storm.
Yes.
Who this is literally her first movie.
Yes, right. She's got a huge Broadway background. This is her first film. I'm very excited. I hope they don't blow it.
Yeah, that could happen. I think it's interesting casting because they're very young. Like everybody in this group, they're in their 20s. With Samara Weaving,
I know,
the only
it's
one that's
wonderful.
Like 30.
It's wonderful. We could get like 10, 12 years of film out of them. You know? Wow, what a change. Who would have thought, Marvel? Who would have thought? Good job.
All right. Here's the other thing I want to talk about. Did you see Lanterns?
Well, you know I watch Lanterns. You know. Hello.
Okay.
Hello. I watch.
All right. Guys, full spoilers. Because I've been waiting to talk about this. What do you think? First of all, what did you think of the first episode?
Okay, so like, see, I'm afraid to say anything because already.
Oh, I already said it. I said spoilers already. We're going into spoilers.
No. I'm not talking about spoilers. It's expectation. People are like, it's so good, and I'm like, it's one episode.
But you know what? For me, for one episode, it delivered.
It was a very good pilot. It's doing a lot of things. It is doing some non-Green Lantern things as well as it's doing Green Lantern things.
I agree to that one.
It's the first episode. I'm feeling reserved, right? Because like, okay, I feel like we could be seeing more, but this is good.
Yeah.
Right.
Joffrey, spoiler warnings in effect. That's why I have it in the bottom. Right.
Yeah.
Also, Hugh Jackman was in the first movie. Yeah, he was a Broadway guy too. I remember.
I want more ring flinging. You know what I mean?
I think we'll get there. You got to keep in mind this is a TV budget.
I know, and which is why it's giving me feelings.
All right.
I mean, the first episode. Everyone's like, the first episode is great. It is a great first episode, but it's very much what they said it was going to be. And that said, it's true detective.
It was no surprise there. I agree to that. It was no surprise.
And like,
there.
So it was a lot of that. And then I don't know, people got really wild with their immediate conspiracy theory thoughts on characters. And I'm like, I don't know if it's all that, folks. I don't know where I feel like we'll build up to some more powerful stuff later.
So here's my thing. So let's talk a little bit about the actors involved. So Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre, who, based on what I saw in this episode, were perfect casting. I felt like these were Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart come to life. It just felt that way to me. The way they emoted, the way they played off each other, the fact that Chandler is like, I don't care. I'm gonna do whatever I want because he knows his time is up. He's seeing his time is being up. So he has a I don't care attitude, which is very Hal Jordan like. And at the same time, we see how Aaron Pierre's character of Jon Stewart is very much militant. He's respectful. He says sir to everybody. Damn it, that first 5 minutes with the dad shooting him in the head, that to me was like, damn. You know what I mean? So. And I loved it. And then the fact that he still has a relationship with his dad, even when his dad did that kind of crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a lot of context going on. Did you hear the way his father talked to him on the phone? They're allowed to have tantrums. We're not. Right? That's some stuff. So here's where I agree with you. I think great actors, great chemistry. They do not feel like my Hal and my John come to life.
Yeah.
It just feels like this is
I will admit, I will admit the sex scene was a little out of character, but it also made me laugh because of how he played off.
Yeah, he ate
later
off
on.
another man's grill. That's for sure.
It's not like he knew. He didn't know.
But he never asked. He never asked.
Yeah, he never asked. But the fact that he at the end is like, oh no, I know what you did, and then I was like,
and I love that guy. I love that actor from like every freaking show he's ever been on.
Yeah,
you know, even Raising Hope. Like, oh my god, I think he's so talented, funny.
Here's the funny thing:
villainous,
he's the dad. He's the dad to these other characters, and it's like, dude, he only looks like about maybe 10 years older than them.
I know, but he's in fact. By the way, and also his wife.
Yeah, she didn't look that old either.
The little kid calls her grandma. So get it right.
Well, that could definitely be the case. I've known grandmas that are 35.
Well, I'm just assuming that we're going. Yeah, Garrett Dillahunt. I assume we're going with these people started having kids at like 20.
Well,
right?
Also, I think we've identified that they are aliens.
I am not sure of that.
You're not sure about that? Well, we know that the interrogation scene was also a great scene. I thought that was
a great scene.
That was a great scene. I love the fact that his constructs were made like to make the dollars, to make the jukebox, just so he could get into a fight, which I thought was hilarious to me. It's like he just kept playing the song over and over and over. She could be the step grandma too.
See, I want you to know, this is very much immediately that kind of shenanigan, because we have a lower budget, immediately starts depleting the expectation of Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm. Well, it also gives us that we're not going to be able to put too much. Like, this episode clearly shows they didn't put as much money as like a movie budget, right? Because the construct was very simple.
I am afraid it is going. We have some hardcore Green Lantern fans out there looking forward to this. Yeah. I am afraid that as we watch diminishing returns on how to use the ring, it is going to affect people. Now, there might be a good reason. We might be seeing Hal be this way because there's something else. Mark pointed out that there's always flickers of yellow on the ring.
So when it highlights it, the first highlight. So right when the opening credit, you saw the yellow, and then it turns into green.
Right. There's also the fact that, Hal from 10 years prior to 2016 was a nicer dude, and now he's not.
Yeah. He's jaded. He's very much jaded.
Something when that Manhunter or alien, whatever they were, said, "We're here for vengeance." Is that vengeance for some other alien on the planet, like that farm family? Possibly. Is that vengeance on the Guardians? That vengeance on you, Hal Jordan? It's left wide open,
and it will be that way. Now let's go to that final scene, the ending. Again, we're going full spoilers here. What did you think about the fact? Like, I don't think it was a surprise that we found that Hal Jordan is, spoiler, dead. But the fact that he's just there in the frozen weather, pretty much body decaying in this,
and ring gone,
and ring removed. So John doesn't have the ring.
Yep.
Someone stole the ring from Hal. So where's this leading us to? And in fact, does this mean he's actually truly dead in your mind?
Oh, physically normal dead, yes.
Mm-hmm. So you think that's that? They killed him.
I think I know. I think that's that for the character of Hal, and then perhaps the Hal that is in the ring is an issue. That might be another way to use.
Well, that's the backup.
Right. Is the door open for Parallax? Possibly. Is the door open for Spectre? Maybe. That's a bit more.
I don't think they'll go. I don't think they'll go to Spectre. Spectre, that brings us to a time where, and Parallax does bring us to a time that most people don't like Hal in that era. So I can't
Right,
I
but
can't
yet
really see them
those
go
are
there.
epic. Those are epic stories, and
I agree.
people tuned in for those stories. They
Mhm.
bought comics, so
Yeah.
like people may tune in for that story
Yeah.
in the unfolding DC universe, but
Mhm.
it is a complicated tale to tell. So I don't really
Mhm.
know.
Same here, Josh. Same here. I love that logo. All right. Hologram is blatantly going to be. Oh yeah, blatantly going to be used. But I think the story we're gonna see the story unfold
Yeah.
in '96. So no, it's
No,
2016.
in 16,
Yeah,
2016.
Yeah, I think that we're gonna see the story unfold in that
Well,
time
he has
period.
to get the ring. So I think the 2026 storyline is he's got to go get that ring.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
just
sure
gonna
we're
constantly
gonna
go back and forth.
Right. What I think is going to happen is we're going to see a lot of 2016 and then slowly a bit more of 26. That's what I think is going to happen. 2016 is going to shrink and 2026 is going to get bigger as each episode passes. It is a theory of mine.
Yeah. Well, it also gives us like what is Hal doing? So there's going to be some kind of what's the story with Hal? Why is Hal going through what he's going through? Why is he such a douche? You know what I mean? Like how he's become this. Who Laurie Linney's character is, because there's rumors that she could be this girl. What's her name? Carol Danvers.
Carol Ferris.
Yeah, Carol Danvers. That's Miss Marvel. Carol Ferris. So we don't know who she's playing just yet. We know she works with the Guardians though. From the trailer information, she does work for the Guardians when she's talking.
Well, I don't know if she works for the Guardians or the Guardians have given her information.
Well, that's a possible, but she's kind of like she's almost interviewing John in the scene that they show.
Yeah. Well, again, she seems very untrusting of forces beyond our human nature.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, I don't feel like that's too far off. She's smart. I think that's what we really need to get into. She is smart. And they do this a few times where they think, oh, well, she may not have picked up. And she's like, yes, I picked up on it. And now you coming over here to talk about me is going to spook that dude.
Yeah. So,
you know, and then her interrogating him, very smart. Her saying you could leave and not get involved with this guy who is my father-in-law. And they stay. She is thoughtful. I think whatever they're involved in, I think she is just like, hey, I'm doing this for my grandkid. Like, I got
the
involved in
grandkid's
this.
big now. He's a quarterback.
Right. Then the kid's a quarterback in 2026. She's very proud of him. We don't know. We don't know much else about what's going on in those last 10 years.
So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. It's it's a good show to watch on a Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I'm excited.
It's a good start to a show. I'm still kind of nervous. I have a lot of faith in it just because of my conversation with Tom King, but I admit to bias in that. So let's be clear.
I'm very optimistic about it because of who's the creative staff. Damien Lindelof. If you don't know the name, you should know the name. He's the guy responsible for Lost. Well, he's one of the guys responsible for Lost. So is J.J. Abrams. But he's also responsible for the Watchmen TV series, which was phenomenal. I love that TV series. Damien Lindelof. What? Watchmen. He did the Watchmen TV series.
Oh, yes.
He did the Watchmen TV series. So definitely good. And yeah, shout out to Mark, who is, and a good screen at Week's End, airing immediately. So if you watch your full spoiler talks after the episode, then Mark's the guy to go. We'll talk a little bit as we go here. Overall, it's a good start. I'm very excited. And you know what makes me really happy is that it doesn't feel like the other stuff. It feels like its own thing.
It has its own tone, and that is very important.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm pretty sure this coming time we're going to be seeing this guy, Guy Gardner's going to probably pop up in the next episode or something like that, and find out what's his deal with this whole story. So, all right. So Joffrey has a question. I have a question. King already spoiled something that half the ring went to Guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Rob Life is sadly losing his vision. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, you know, I hate when people make me feel things.
Oh, look at that. Huracan has gifted a membership. So
Thank you, Patel.
yeah. Rigged. Congratulations. I don't know who's going to get the membership, so somebody could go ahead and claim it. Who has watched Lancers? we're that's what we're talking about. So cool. So thank you, everybody. So let's take this down. All right. Mark got it. The membership chose me. I was worthy. Well, welcome back, Mark. He did have a membership at one time. So welcome back, Mark. So let's remove this. And thank you, Patel. Bobby Dedicado is in the house. Rigged on Max TK. All right, guys. Now that we've talked a little bit, I didn't really focus too much on the news because we do have a pretty stacked lineup of stuff, So let's get into it. This month we are celebrating artists, and this week was your pick. All right. And
Yes.
we're gonna go ahead and do our creator spotlight on this week's pick, and I think you guys are gonna like this week's pick. I think it's a good one. I don't think he gets as much credit as he probably should be getting, in my opinion, but we're gonna be looking at a lot of good books by this phenomenal artist who unfortunately we no longer have with us, but it's definitely something that we are going to talk about, his legacy of comics. So let's do this. That's right. We are doing John Buscema artist spotlight. This was your pick. So tell me a little bit why you went with him.
He has such an amazing career, and yet I feel like we talk about him even less than we talk about Sal, who I feel we also don't talk about enough. And I thought that this was like I felt like this was the right pick, especially since I want this to be Artist Appreciation August. I want us to look at artists we don't often look at, and I thought this was the right move for that.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that, for me, you don't immediately recognize, with the exception of iconic imagery that you've seen him done. So when I see his artwork, I don't immediately think it's John Buscema, like Ramita or some of the other guys we talked about before. When you see a Walter Simonson, it's Walter Simonson. When you see an Arthur Adams, it's Arthur Adams. When you see Rob Liefeld, it's Rob Liefeld. I think with John, it wasn't a house style, but maybe he was part of the creation of the house style. If that makes sense.
He was.
You know what I mean? It's like you're building your characters to look like his style, right? Or Ramita style. And I think that's part of it. And that's probably why he probably doesn't get as much love as he probably should. But there's many, many copycats of his work. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about his bio. So let's start off with the biography, right? Darn it. I said from long shot to legacy. I didn't change that part, so I have to change that. John Buscema was born December 11th, 1927 in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklynite! He became one of the defining comic book artists of the Silver and Bronze Ages. His professional career began in 1948 at Timely Comics, the company that would later become Marvel. Buscema became best known for his work on the Avengers, Silver Surfer, Thor, Conan the Barbarian, Fantastic Four, and Wolverine. He also helped create major characters including the Vision and She-Hulk. His long run on Conan became one of the defining parts of his career, showcasing his powerful anatomy, action, and storytelling. Later, Buscema also worked briefly for DC Comics, drawing Batman and reuniting with Stan Lee for Just Imagine Superman. He passed away on January 10th, 2002, leaving behind more than 5 decades of influential, and that's the key word here, influential comic book art. All right?
Absolutely.
Like I said, he was very influential in his approach because, like I said, he's very much part of the development of what they've known as the Marvel House style. He was one of the innovators of that style. I don't think he was purposely doing it, but it ended up being people were copying his look, his style to it. So let's get started with the beginning. right? So I went ahead and I found out what was his very first book. So his very first recorded book was Lawbreakers Always Lose, issue number 3. Now I found it a high sale for this book. We got a new member, Eddie. Welcome aboard. How you doing? It's so interesting that his membership went through, but Mark's didn't. But welcome aboard, Eddie. Welcome to the group. So we have a high sale of 2,640, and that was at a 9.0. That was in January 2022. Last sale of this book was in December of 2024 at $80. $50 is the fair market value for a fine. Well, fair, poor condition. That's what you usually find. That's the average. While $445 in the 6.0, there's only 6 copies in the census. And they're all, they're all medium grade books. 9.0 is the highest. This is his first publication.
What a funny publication, too.
Yeah. Lawbreakers. I fought the law and the law won. All right. During this time period, this was before superhero comics became a thing again, right? So we're talking about 48. So we're coming right off after the war. And during this time, superhero comics weren't as big. One of the comic books that was very interesting and quite controversial, and this is his very first cover, which is really weird to me, is Man Comics #1. This was from 1949, also from Timely. We have a high sale.
He's slapping a kid.
He's slapping a kid, man. He's slapping a kid. I like the way she looks. Like she looks like the super heroine. But if you look at the image in the little circle, there's also like this guy fighting another kid. We have a high sale of $565 at 7.0. Last sale of this book was $60 at a no grade. The raws go for $55 in good condition. $565 really is the only sale that we see, and that's that 7.0 that happened on June 2025. The last sale was December of 2025. 15 copies in the census. This is his first cover. Now, I wouldn't be too proud about this first cover, to be honest with you. But here's the interesting part. At this time, they already started calling it Marvel Comics.
Interesting.
So the reason why I know this is if you look right there, you see that little, it says Marvel Comic.
It's so funny because isn't that still kind of the Atlas symbol kind of hanging out in there?
Well, yeah, it was still Timely Comics at this time. So they were still going by the term Timely Comics. But the word Marvel Comics was kind of just, it was there. Like it was there. It was as if they were planning for something to happen. They never became officially Marvel Comics until the 60s. So it's been sitting there since the very beginning from Marvel Comics #1. But the fact that it's there says a lot to me. I didn't catch it until I saw this book. And I was like, wait a minute. It says Marvel Comics.
I love that he was there almost from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
Comics. I got to be right back. Sorry.
Sure. No problem. So as he's doing that, guys, I just want to go ahead and talk to you guys. F them kid. Pops Addicts, what's going on, my man? Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. Teaching those kids, unbelievable. Back then they encouraged it. Well, yeah, it was encouraged, but look at all the type in there. The man who didn't count, right? Both 18-page stories torn from True Life, the magazine that gives you the most for your money. This is Man Comics. Don't you guys like manly comics? All right. But the way she's dressed reminds me of another character from that time period. I don't remember her name, but she's one of the super heroines in comics during the golden age. So if you guys remember, let me know. Buy it. Ha ha ha. Well, yeah, it's actually really affordable. The fact that it's his first cover is extremely affordable for that price. So who knows? Maybe we can find it. All right. So while while Cliff is doing his thing, I'm going to show you a little bit of some of the work he was doing. So during this time, during this era, so this is kind of like, this is Golden Age. This is kind of like the end of the Golden Age. He was doing more Western comics. Yes, we had man comics, but I find it interesting that they're not women comics, they're girl comics. And she couldn't escape love. Also, we have Strange Tales was another book that was very popular from Marvel Comics, Atlas at the time. And he was very popular with Roy Rogers comics. There was plenty of Roy Rogers comics from Dell. He did do work in Dell. So that was something there. All right. Back in the day, he would kick, push, and roll for 4 wheels. Golden Age comics, if I am not mistaken with the year this was published. Yes, these are Golden Age comics. The oldest comic books are the ones drawn by Jack Kirby for the Fantastic Four. No, they're not. That's just middle ground, right? Yeah, they were weird books back then, but the thing is, it was like they were publications that were trying to focus for everything. At this time in the late 40s, comic books were less superhero comics and a little bit more about the Westerns, because Westerns were extremely popular at the time. Romance books were popular at the time. And of course, variety comic books, which like Roy Rogers, which were very popular. So you'll see like Jerry Lewis comic books that came in a little later in the Silver Age, but they will have books like that. So that's some of the books that came out that during that time frame. Also during that time frame, there was some more books I could show you guys. And we got Lorna the Jungle Queen. Why is the Jungle Queen called Lorna? I don't know. Another one which really was his first superhero type comic was Nature Boy. Now this book was for Charlton Comics at the time. Roy Rogers, the Burger Joint. Yes, they named it after Burger Joint. Forgot about that. Also, Tales to Suspense. Now this is the time that the code was being approved, so that's why you get to see this big giant code right there, and things like that. There's only one Nature Boy, and you're looking at him right there. That's the original Nature Boy. Woo! If you know, you know. Yeah, there you go. Woo! So I don't know if he had a chance to say woo in his superhero sound, but yeah, that was the Nature Boy. And then this cover you see there, Hercules, the strongest man in the world, that's actually a cover done by John Buscema. So he did the cover. At this time, he didn't do as many covers, but he did do a lot of books at the time. And with these, you have Charlton, Dell, Marvel, Mr. Buddy Rogers. Yeah, that's another good wrestling name from back in the day. Where is Cliff? Cliff is still gone. He's been gone for a while, man. I'm trying to get to talk to him. I want to talk to him about this stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Jungle Queen is sharp, man. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Mm-hmm. But Lorna, I don't know why they named her Lorna. Anyway, moving on to our next set here. This thing did something for me. I drive crazy. All right, let's take a look at one of the bigger books, right? And that's Avengers 47 from 1967 from Marvel Comics. High of this book is at $1,262.09.8. That was in March of 2018. Last sale of this book was at 8.5 for $90. And the Raws go for $17 at a very good, which is fairly low, to be honest with you. 225 at a 9.4. There's currently 402 copies in the census. This is the very first John Buscema Avengers book. He did have a signature run on this book. Somebody phone in the welfare chat. I bet Cliff King. Yeah, I know, right? His paintings look better. Yeah, he's pretty good at his paintings. So during this time, he started his run on the Avengers. There he goes. There goes Cliff. He's back. Yay, Cliff.
Oh, Avengers 41.
Yeah, I'm going to briefly go through the past.
Nice.
I'm going to rewind so I can show you some books here. All right. So we talked about Man Comics. Then we talked about during this time in the late 40s, early 50s, he did Westerns. So you got Wild Western. As I said it before, they couldn't do women comics. They did girl comics.
Girl comics.
Right. Strange Tales was another book he did, and Roy Rogers, which was another one of those variety westerns, as well as Lorna, the Jungle Queen, the Nature Boy,
Master of Wind, Rain, and Fire. Nature Boy.
Well, yep, he's all about the elements. Woo! Hercules, and that Hercules is a cover done by John Buscema.
Really? Because it looks just like Steve Reeves.
Yeah, but it's a Buscema.
Amazing.
It's a really good cover for her, and I like the style with the Dell Comics.
Yeah.
And now we're on the Avengers book, so I already went through the figures. So this is his first book with the Avengers, and if you notice, a very good copy, fair market value is $17. I think that's criminal, bro.
For number 41.
Well, I don't
there's
look at it from that perspective.
A lot of crime
I look
against early Avengers, let me tell you.
Well, there's also, to me, it's his first Avengers. Like we celebrate people's first books a lot of times. First Jim Lee book, immediately comes to mind in my head. Why is this one $17?
It's just not the same.
I know.
I say this about a lot of books, but here we are.
So these are just some of the covers. Trust me, I'm going to go back to the Avengers, but I just want to show you.
One of these is on my wall. I love the Squadron Sinister first appearing. I love it all. I love it all.
Yep. So issue 43 is the first appearance of the Red Guardians, who's very popular these days, right? Because he's part of the Thunderbolts. Also, 55 is the start of Ultron. So we got the first appearance of Ultron. You already mentioned 85 with the Squadron Supreme, which is the first appearance of the members that will later become the Squadron Supreme. All right. And then 87, I actually have 87, is the origin of T'Challa. And we get to learn a little bit about T'Challa, and he joins the Avengers as well in this issue. So these 4 books are what I would say are prime key books. They're not the big books, but they're prime key books. Probably Ultron I would say is one of the bigger books out of the bunch. But talk to me about his run on Avengers. And again, there's one book you're not seeing in this list that we will talk about later.
Well, I mean, it's just like, I know what it is too.
It's obvious.
It's
if you know, you know.
It's in the thumbnail. But his run, like, look at like everything going on here. His run is pure Bronze Age goodness. It's character after character, story after story. I don't know, like, what else do we have to do to be like, he was part of one of the best, breaths of creation at Marvel.
Well, as Jack Kirby was to Fantastic Four, John Buscema was to Avengers, at which he had a long signature run. John Romita, Spider-Man, for example, as well. So all this is like, these guys were like, this was their book, and their runs on this book were iconic. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about 50 plus issues here. I don't have the full number of how many books, but it was definitely over 50.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. Like, he has such a great run.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because there's still a few of those books that I'm trying to get, and there's still a few of those books that I own.
And some are attainable. Like I said, I got the Avengers 87. I got it for an extremely great price. The Red Guard, 43 is a little much pricey. Not that much pricey. 85 definitely is not as pricey. 55 is probably the most pricey one out of the list you see here, because it is the first Ultron. He doesn't make the cover, but it's important to know that it is the first Ultron. Right?
Absolutely. And
here's
so
one.
Funny. Oh, my other baby. Oh,
Submariner #1 in 1968. This book has a high sale of $19,200 and a 9.8, and that was in May of 2022. However, the last sale of this book was $153 and a no grade. Fair market value of this book is actually $193 in the fine, $323 and an 8.0 for this fair market. There's currently 6,752 copies in the census. This is the launch of Neighbor's first solo series. It is an iconic premiere issue done by John Buscema.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I have a nice copy of this book. Not 9.8 nice, but I have a nice copy.
But it is part of it's one of the bigger premiere issues, I would say. right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
so it's one that stands out, and it's one that seems to always creep its way back into lists. Um, personally speaking, I love most of it, but the only thing I'm not crazy about is kind of like his chest to his waist for some reason. Like I feel like it was drawn by chalk.
It's a
Rather,
classic V shape, and it may not be as beautiful as modern art, but I'll take it.
I'm not hating on it. It just feels every time I see it, it's like a little
It's a
weird
little, to me, it's a little bit on the cartoon side, but I'm
Yeah.
very forgiving.
and that's the thing. It seems to be more of the cartoon animation feel side to it and things like that. Oh, look, we got some jewels. I don't know what the jewels mean, but thank you, Eddie, for the jewels. Like you, I don't know what the jewel is.
Yeah, the jewels add up to cents and dollars.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you so much. Yep.
You want to know something funny?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have Strange Tales on this list?
We'll get there.
Okay, because one of them is technically credited as
Yes.
his first true Marvel Comics group work.
Yes. Well, you said Strange Tales. I was thinking about the other one that starts with an S.
Oh my!
Yeah. So I didn't mention Strange, but I did show Strange Tales earlier. So,
But it wasn't 150.
No, it wasn't. All right, but I know what you're talking about. I know exactly which one you're talking about. All right. Here's the other one. This is probably the biggest premiere book, and that's Silver Surfer #1 from 1968. We have a high sale of $132,000 in 9.8. That was in April 2025. However, what's very interesting to me is that the last sale of this book was $228 in a no grade, and a raw goes for like $364 and very good, which I think is a great price, to be honest with you. Graded books fair market value is $1,193, and that's a 7.5. There's currently 8,505 copies in the census. This is the first appearance of Shalabal, but more importantly, it's the origin of Silver Surfer. It is an iconic premiere issue as well. I love this. Love this, bro.
I'd be hard pressed to find somebody who doesn't love it.
This is beautiful to me, man. You know, like I love Kirby Silver Surfer. I absolutely love Kirby, but Buscema killed it with Silver Surfer. Killed it, man. Mm-hmm.
The cover rocks. The cover rocks.
This book certainly increased in value significantly. He's just playing with the buttons. Might hit the right one. All right. Hey, Rattlesnake, what's going on? All right. You ready for the next one?
I'm ready. There it is.
It's the big Avengers. Avengers 57, 1968, Marvel Comics. We have a high sale of $35K in a 9.8. That was also in April 2022. Last sale of this book was $419 and 7.5, which is, I think it's extremely low. The raws are going for $180 at a very good, $405 as a 7.5. So the person paid a little bit more, and it's a good reason why they paid a little bit more. 7,173 copies in the census. This is the first appearance and first cover, iconic cover of the Vision.
And it is an homage to the Vision, the first Vision for Timely Comics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like that the history comes together.
Mm-hmm. There is something about this cover that stands out for me, and I'll explain when I show it to you later. But when it comes to this cover, I think this is probably, it's debatable to me. So I'm not going to say undisputed. I'm going to say debatable. This might be his most iconic cover, but there's another one that I think might be. What do you think? It's hard. It is a hard one. Yeah. If you had to pick between this one and the other one, and we'll get to the other one very, very soon.
Current present day, Cliff, this one.
Really?
But only because I don't have it, so my fixation on it is greater.
Yeah. The other, as if you have the other one.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
I don't think you have the other one. If you
We're
did,
gonna see.
you would have shown that one off like crazy if you had.
And I might have, and you missed it.
I know someone who has the other one. Know someone quite well who has the other one. In fact, someone in the chat knows exactly which one it is. So here's something I've noticed. What do you notice about his covers?
He likes a big centerpiece. And I admire him for that.
I've seen, so as I was doing the research on all his books, because I didn't have a chance to look at many covers that he did. Something that stood out from many of his books was the fact that there's always like you said, there's a centerpiece, but there's always smaller people battling what seems to be a giant.
Yes.
Which I always thought was interesting. It's very signature style with it. And as you saw with the Vision, same thing, right? He did the same thing with the Vision. It's not the same as you could even say they're almost homogeneous in each other in that way.
Oh, so, very close. Very close.
Mm-hmm. So, he did some covers for X-Men. The Power of Magneto, issue 43 is to me is one of his iconic covers. Also, 52 of Avengers, where we got the first appearance of Grim Reaper, is also a very important book. Brother of Wonder Man.
Yes.
Avengers 42 is another great cover. I always think that was a nice cover there. I like how Quicksilver just gets smacked. Apparently, he likes smacking the boys.
Oh my. Oh my.
Yep, it is definitely a signature style. Son. All right, let's get to our.
And it absolutely happens on Avengers 54, by the way.
We're gonna get to Conan soon. We're definitely gonna be talking about Conan. All right, let's get to our next one. We're almost there, but we got Silver Surfer number 3, 1968, Marvel Comics. We have a high sale of this book at $55,200, 9.8. That was also in April. In fact, a lot of those sales were happening in the same day, so there were a lot of similar sales that were going on with these high sales of this book because it was in the limelight. Last sale, this book was $265 at a very good. $221 is fair market value. That's very good. $614 at a 7.5, and there's currently 4,449 copies in the census. This is the first appearance of Mephisto, and there it is again. Giant guy, smaller guy about to fight him.
Yeah, but it makes way more sense for Mephisto.
Yes, and it is, to me, it just, what I love about this one is the way he draws Mephisto's hand. Like I love
the
like
way he's
this
just reaching
like
out.
Yeah, but it's the way he does it that works really, really well. So it's clear that he knows his anatomy. Clear. Like he knows how to, he actually is an artist. He doesn't know how to draw. He was an artist. He's an artiste. So I would love to see his character studies, just to see character studies when he's drawing poses and things like that. Not so much in a comic book style, but just, fine art style. And to me, this is a good example of his understanding of anatomy. It's his understanding of how to utilize shadow and light, because this is like, even though we have, there's only a few amount of colors. We're looking at 3 colors here: yellow, orange, and red. And I'm not counting the black, of course. Silver Surfer gets a little bit of the blue, but for the most part, everything else is using yellows, orange, and reds.
Hey, it's CMYK process, baby. It's the good old days.
It's the good old days. Yeah, exactly. When you utilize the colors properly. But it's the use of the shadow and light that he does really well with this cover. Mm-hmm. And what do you think about Mephisto's first appearance?
Oh, I think it's a great cover. I think this is like I feel like this is one of the most iconic covers ever.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I don't think it's the most iconic cover.
But it's up there.
I think this is the most iconic cover. That's Silver Surfer 4, 1968. The very next issue, Marvel Comics, $90K was the high sale at a 9.8, and that was in June of 2021. However, the last sale of this book was $574 in the no grade. $564 is the fair market value at a very good. $1,275 at a 7.0. 6,405 copies are in the census. This, to me, in my opinion, on a non-key, that is the most iconic cover.
By the way, it's still a key. It is the second appearance of Mephisto. People underrate that all the time. Like, I don't know why there isn't a footnote about it.
So you're counting a second appearance as a key?
Absolutely. Key Collector counts second appearances as a key. And they certainly acknowledge it here.
Do that. I don't really always do that, but I think
with a character as old as Mephisto, do you think it's not deserving?
I don't think it's always as important. First cover, yes.
I think it's
first
a part
cover
of key information
is a big deal. Like, I think a first cover is important. A first appearance, first cover, I think this more as far, because then we could say first appearance, second appearance, third appearance.
We do that. People do that.
I know people do that.
The fact that no one has given it much thought to freaking Mephisto is more offensive to me because
it's because of this cover, man. This cover is a banger.
The cover is a banger, but more than one thing can be true at once. I've got a gorgeous copy of Jubilee's first Yellow Jacket, but the cover is a banger Jim Lee cover, and that's all anybody ever thinks about. But it's her first costume is in there.
Thank you, everybody. JSA is reminding everybody to hit the like button, guys, if you like this stuff. All right. I discovered him in Savage Sword, right?
Yes, Savage Sword Quarter. I hope one of them is on this list.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get there. It would be wrong if I did it. However, all right, now that I have a chance to really think about it, you have the two covers. You have the first appearance of Vision, and then you have Silver Surfer 4. Which one? And chat, you can play along with this one. Which one is the bigger cover?
I mean, not in my personal opinion, more by like I acknowledge what the public acknowledges, and I'll say this one. This one appears on t-shirt after t-shirt, wall art after wall art. Like, this one is everywhere.
It gets homage like crazy, but so does the first Vision.
That is true, because the other one's still iconic. This one probably is just a little bit more.
It's a tad. I think this one's a tad iconic because of the two characters. Right? It's just the energy that's flowing from this. They're not even touching each other yet. So it's just the feeling about the fact that they're about to go into battle. To me, is what makes it. So Bobby is saying Silver Surfer 4 is more iconic. What about the rest of you? I got 30 people watching right now. If you guys could let me know which one's more iconic. I want the whole series. I feel you, man. The whole Silver Surfer run is amazing. Right? But I think I lean towards more this one than the other one. Because this is an action scene. And I like action scenes. And I like action scenes when done right. There's a little bit of everything. You got a little bit of Asgard there. You got Silver Surfer. You got Thor. Where the other one it's not really an action scene. It's a very static image, even though you have the people in the bottom, the Avengers in the bottom. I feel like this one just for me just pops out a little bit more. Example: Western Gunfire Center is the first appearance of Lincoln Slade, the second Marvel Ghost Rider. Well, that is a first appearance. All right, let's go. Let's move on. And let's talk about another iconic cover. Now, this one's interesting because I didn't catch the other one beforehand, but there is one that came before it. Fantastic Four 112. This was 1974 for Marvel Comics. $6,300, 9.8. That was in November 2017. Last sale, this book was $225 at a 7.0. The raw goes for $88, like under $100. That is very good. 405 for an 8.5. There's currently 2,920 copies in the census. Another iconic cover, Hulk versus Thor. What's your thoughts on this one?
I mean, again, great, beautiful. A 7.0 for 225 sounds like a steal.
It is a steal.
Amazing.
Well, it's definitely a hard book to get in a high grade because of the black.
Because dark cover, yeah.
Yeah, the black has been graying out for years, so it makes it very hot. Yep, Pops is like that's fire, man. Oh, well, I went a little too fast. You see, I told you I was gonna get to hit the button too fast. So Yep, that's fire. That's my favorite. Yeah, Bobby, it is amazing. Now there is another one which I didn't grab it, but and I'm not 100% sure. I think it's a Tales of Suspense or a Astonish, which features Hulk and Namor,
Ooh.
which is very similar to this one. The only difference is that the battle is in a different angle, but they're very much alike to each other. Like they're literally looking at each other. So if you guys could figure out what book it was, let me know and we could talk a little bit about it. But hey, what's up, Omni? I don't even know why I'm saying. Hey, was Channel and didn't know the Beauty and the Beast was on.
Oh my gosh, I am a beauty.
God.
Mwah.
Omni, you suck.
On a good day.
Oh God. You ready for our next one?
I am now.
Savage Tales #1, 1971.
Yeah, baby, Conan.
High sale of this book is $37,200. That was in November of 2021. We have a last sale of a $900 at 9.0. Raw goes for $338 at a fine, $366 at a 7.0. We currently have 1,112 copies in the census. Really, what makes this book really important is that it is the first appearance of Man-Thing, but it's also an iconic cover by John Buscema. This is the beginning of his legendary association with Conan the Barbarian. So he does the story. He does the Conan story. I always find it funny that you got a cover with Conan and it also says Khazar kills.
Yeah.
Which is very much a Conan item.
There's only so much you can do.
Just to be true to your heart, Izzy, you'll change.
Oh, I forgot about Submariner #8 with Thing and
that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's the cover I was talking about. But let's talk a little bit about this one, Cliff. What do you think about this cover?
Oh, it's a great cover. It's beautiful.
All right. Like this is the first appearance. It is the first appearance of Man-Thing, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about John Buscema. So with this cover, I love the fact that it has that bang right in your face. This publication is rated M for mature readers.
Which was very new for 1971.
1971. Well, it's a magazine as well. It's not a traditional comic book. It is a magazine. Or were they called fanzines at the time? I don't remember. So think about it.
I'm sure this counts as a
71.
magazine.
Well, think about 50 cents in 71.
Yeah, what a big boy that was. It's like, oh, it's a 50 center.
It's like the equivalent of a $10 book or something like that.
Well, more like a $5 book.
Yeah. Well, the comic books were like, at this time, the comic books were going for like 20 cents. So double the price. A little bit over. All right. It's definitely an iconic cover. All right, let's go to our next one. All right. So
yeah, that would be like a $4 book today.
I want to do this
right, which means the price of comics has gone up a lot.
Yeah. So we have some picks here, one of which was one of your picks, but the very first John Buscema Conan the Barbarian in comic book form was issue 25. This is when he takes over from Barry Windsor Smith. Nice. Also, another good cover that he's done that I think needed to stand out was his first cover with Spider-Man and Silver Surfer. Yep. And of course, the one that you picked out, Marvel Fanfare 51. So
bangers, all of them. Also, love him on Silver Surfer.
Yeah. What was that?
I said bangers, all of them, and love him on Silver Surfer.
Oh, his Silver Surfer is by far one of the best. You know what I mean? I love his Silver Surfer. I think when I think about Silver Surfer, I think of Rob Lim specifically because that's who comes into mind when I see Silver Surfer. But I also think of John Buscema when I think of Silver Surfer. But both styles are very different from each other. Where Rob Lim's Silver Surfer, he was very big on making him shine. So he always had the shine marks and things like that. Buscema was more about keeping him like silver without that, glow that comes along with it. But he was always good at making him in amazing poses. You get what I'm saying?
Of course. That's why I chose that Marvel Fanfare.
Yeah. So That's
It's
that.
like really dynamic, you know, on the surfboard, blasting, carrying somebody. We got it all.
Oh, look at Bobby. He says, I got all 3 of those. Good for you, bro.
Right on, Bobby Delgado. Right on.
Most people call them magazines. Outside, yeah, back when it was great. I know, it sucks right now. All right, let's move on to Nova number 1. Now, bear in mind, he did not do the cover here. It was the cover was done by Rick Buckley. However, this is the book, and I've said this before. This is my birthday book. We have $3,000 at a 9.8. That was in June of 2022. However, the last sale of this book was $25 at a very good. $38 is the fair market value for a very fine. $279, 9.6, which I think is actually lower than before. Currently, 9,659 copies in the census. Let's talk a little bit about Nova, and more importantly, the interior artwork that he was doing.
Baby Nova.
I found it very interesting to me, and we're going to see this in the next couple of issues that we're going to pinpoint, is that he didn't do the covers, and I wonder why.
It just happens.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie. This is a great cover.
Yeah.
You know, Rich
Very
Buckley
dynamic.
did a fantastic cover, but it's really his interior work, and I'm at that point of just wondering why. Like, maybe because he was doing a lot of interiors at the time, so he didn't have time to work on a cover, but the cover is a cover. So
Yeah.
I always thought that was weird to me. Right. Here's another one that he did the interiors for. That's Miss Marvel number 1 from 1976 as well. Marvel Comics, $3,950 and 9.8, and that was in November 2018.
And again, a similar cover. Similar cover by a different artist.
Well, this one was Romita.
I know, but we still got big character in the middle, action all around.
Yep, but Romita with the heads, man. He loves putting the heads up.
The floating heads, yes.
Floating heads. $16, no grade was the last sale of this book. $31 at a very fine is fair market. $134, 9.4. There's currently 9,002 copies in the census. Carol Danvers becomes Miss Marvel. Now, I have seen them say the first appearance. Carol Danvers appeared before Miss Marvel number 1. She just becomes Miss Marvel.
Well, no, this is her first appearance as Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, as Miss Marvel. But it's
right,
not her
we have
first
her first appearance. We have the issue she gets powers.
Yep.
Then we have this, 18 years later? Oh, let's pay off that storyline.
Don't you just love the costume, though?
It's a look. It's a look.
It was definitely a look. Like, I just love the fact that, let me show my belly.
Well, she is super powerful, so it's not like, oh no, I'm threatened.
What's so funny, if it was today and she had this look today, I bet she'll have a belly ring. Why not?
I just don't feel like this look would work today.
It works for me.
That's very
even
different.
Though I like the blue outfit. I like the
Warburg.
Warburg outfit. That's the outfit I like. All right, so great cover by John Romita. Now here's another fun one that I picked up because I thought it was interesting, and that's Tarzan number 1 from 1977. We have a high sale for this version at $384 and 9.6. That was in June of 2024. Last sale of this version of this book, and I'm saying this on purpose, is $115 at a 7.5. That was in April 2026. $55 is very good. Is a fair market value. $384 is a 9.6. 841 copies in the census. This is John Buscema launching a Tarzan series, but more importantly, this is the 35 cents regional price variant. So there is a 30 cents one, and this is the 35 cents version.
Nice.
Take a look at it.
I just think it's a fun cover.
I think it's a fun cover too, but look at his Tarzan. And tell me, does it not look like his Conan?
Of course it looks like his Conan.
There's not that much different.
But I mean, what's the difference between those characters anyway?
There's not much.
Tarzan, Kazar, Conan. I mean, like, only one of them hasn't been raised in the wild.
Yeah, the other one, sorceries sorceries and sandals, while the other ones are really, people set in modern era dressed up, living in the jungle. That's pretty much it, right? All right. So here's something that I also took notice is during this time frame, he was doing a lot of licensed properties. So he did do the first Doc Savage Man of Bronze.
Nice.
He also did the interior art for Raiders of the Lost Ark, right, which is the adaptation of Indiana Jones. So it's first Indiana Jones in comics. And he did a Marvel Super Special issue number 40, which was Labyrinth. So that's one I actually would like to look out for. I do have the Raiders of the Lost Ark, but I would love to find that Labyrinth comic. Just to see him do Landon.
That would be
That's a cool one to find.
That would be a cool one. That would be nice. That'd be nice.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on these?
I mean, I like them. It's funny. The one that actually jumps out at me is Doc Savage.
Yeah.
Well,
and then that is his cover. That is a cover he did. The other two.
Yeah, I like that cover. The Raiders of the Lost Ark is okay to me.
It's like a $10 book. Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's like
which is great, but that's more of a look what it is more than I'm really impressed. And Labyrinth is a beautiful cover, but not his work. So
it's the movie poster. So
yeah, wait,
but he did the interiors though.
Oh, for the Marvel Super Special Labyrinth.
Yep.
I'm giving it to Doc Savage.
Yeah, Doc Savage. Here's another one that's a big one of his, and that's the Savage She-Hulk #1 from 1980, Marvel Comics. We have a high sale of $27,250 at a 9.9, and that was in March of 2022. Last sale, this book was $26 in no gray. $40 is the fair market value at a very fine. $285 is for a high grade at 9.8. That's actually pretty crazy to think about. 16,045 in the census. This is the first appearance of She-Hulk. Now, as the story goes, She-Hulk was created by Stan Lee and John Buscema, and Marvel rushed the issue primarily for legal protection. Now, do you know a little bit about that story?
Not about the legal protection, no.
All right. So, the reason why this book was rushed was because it was during the time of the Incredible Hulk TV series. And the legal protection that they wanted to make sure was that to have the rights to the character. Now, if the Incredible Hulk TV show would have decided to do a spin-off, it would have been a She-Hulk series, right? For obvious reasons. Kind of like during that time, we had the $6 Million Man. So the spinoff of the $6 Million Man was the Bionic Woman. So that was something that they were doing a lot. They were doing a lot of derivative characters. So She-Hulk is a derivative character. However, what Marvel wanted to make sure, specifically Stan Lee and John Buscema wanted to make sure, is that they had full rights. Even though, so at that time, it would have been a little different because if the TV series would have created a She-Hulk, Marvel would not have the full rights during that time. The production studio would have had it, which would have been very interesting at that time. So they went ahead, and to prevent them from having this happen, they said, let's just go ahead and make it. Turns out they never had a She-Hulk in TV series format anyway, right? But it was something that they wanted to make sure they had the rights to. That's why they created She-Hulk in the first place. And Stan Lee only did the first issue, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah. He was big on doing the first issue and then handing it over to someone else.
All right.
So there's some knowledge for you guys. I hope you guys like that. All right. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Consider being a channel member. All that fun stuff, right? Here's another one that's very interesting. That's Marvel Treasury Edition 28, 1981, Marvel and DC Comics. We have a high raw sale of $120. That was September 2022. Last sale of this book was $29 at a very fine. $44 at a fine. And as you can see here, no graded sales. However, there's a 2 with an asterisk. And what that 2 means is that there is a CGC census for 2 Danish editions of this cover that was released in 1993. So this book is a treasury style book. They don't grade treasury style books. What's important to note when it comes to John Buscema, this is his first time working on DC comic material. So he did get a chance to do Superman. He did get a chance to work on it with Hulk, Wonder Woman, Dr. Doom. However, he's never worked for DC before this time frame. So this is technically his first DC comic.
Ooh,
which is a joint effort with Marvel, of course.
I like it. I like it.
It's more of a Marvel book than it is a DC book, by the way, because it is technically Marvel Treasury Edition. So, but yet on the top it says DC and Marvel Presents, which I thought was funny. Mm-hmm. But what do you think about those 2 Danish edition copies?
I don't know. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I thought that was very interesting when I saw that. I was like, there's only 2 copies in the census, and they're Danish editions. So be on the hunt out for those 2 Danish editions, or just get one graded.
Yeah, right.
And then you have 3 Danish editions. So
I like that this time the cover is Dr. Doom and Parasite.
And Parasite. Well, this is the second meeting, right?
Yes.
So they wanted,
but still, it's a really fun and interesting pairing of villainy.
Like Parasite is absolutely a Superman villain. Dr. Doom, it's
a Marvel villain.
Yeah, Doom is kind of like an everybody villain. So
for a long time, so was Magneto.
Yeah, that is true. As a kid, I always when I was a kid, I remember Doom from the cartoons, from the Spider-Man cartoons. And that's how I recognized him as a Spider-Man villain. I didn't know he was a Fantastic Four villain until much older in my life, when I really got into comics. So now we go to 1988, and we have Wolverine #1 from Marvel Comics, $4,560. That was a 9.9, and that was in July of 2023. The last sale of this book was $51 at a near mint. Most common is at $54 at a near mint as fair market value. 231 9.8. This one has a lot, and when I say a lot of copies in the census. 23,684 copies. It's not that rare, guys. It's not that rare.
No, it's not those numbers.
It is the first ongoing series of Wolverine, and is also a fantastic cover with interior art done by John Buscema. It's also the first time we get Patch.
Patch.
I love.
We got a nice glimpse of him too in Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, that was cool, and with the white suit and all. So, finally, at last, in his own monthly series, like, why would he need to wear a mask if his hair is like that? Like, how can you not identify him? It's like, oh, who is this guy? Who is this Patch?
No, I think this was just this was stealth Wolverine.
Yeah,
you know, that was the point of the black outfit and the black makeup. It was for stealth, and that was it.
Yeah. So it's great cover. I love this cover. This is a fantastic cover to me. Good thing he didn't make Wolverine super big, because at this time he was still the small Wolverine that we know and love.
Hey, if any decent artist is drawing him, he is still shorter than most of the X-Men.
Yep. But speaking of which, the bigger book is Wolverine issue 8. And this book came out in 89. We have a high sale of $1,115 in September of 2022. Last sale of this book was $63 at a no grade. However, the raw goes for $114 near mint, $281 at a 9.8. So I don't know what happened in September 22 that this book sold for over $1,000. That to me is wild.
Well, it was COVID.
It was COVID. It's an iconic cover. I'll give it that much. 6,579 copies in the census. It's still bonkers that it went as high as $1,000. That's bonkers to me.
It is. It is.
Yep.
Maybe it's that blue cover.
Yeah. maybe as well, but it was 2022. We're talking about the boom here, so people were buying like crazy. Now, there was also, because the fact that this is, when we think about Wolverine and Hulk, a lot of people think of immediately the Todd McFarlane 340 cover, but I think this is the second one that everybody else thinks about. This is the other one, and it's fun looking. It's like you got him as Patch, you got Mr. Fix-It, so there's some fun to that cover, and I love this cover. I happen to have a copy of this cover too, so I love this book. So now let's get to our DC books, which are not many. Batman Gotham Knights issue 7. This book came out in 2000 for DC Comics. High sale of this book is, yes, $17 and a 9.2. That was in 2020. The last sale of this book was $3. And that is the fair market value for this book at a very fine. $17 is really the only sale of the 9.2. And that 9.2 is one of 2 books in the census. This is John Buscema's first official DC comic, and he penciled and inked the Batman black and white story called A Game of Bat and Bat with writer John Arcudi.
Ooh.
So if you see this book in the wild, it's worth picking up.
Well, it's got a nice chunk of history to go with it, and it's not an expensive book.
Oh, it's not expensive. It's a $1 bin book at best. But yet it's John Buscema's first official DC book. Like, you could count the Marvel DC book as his, first time he's drawing DC characters. But when you really look at it, this is the first book done through DC. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. That's what we do. That's what we do in this show, Bobby. We school you guys. We let you know what's out there so that you know. Maybe because it had something to do with that. Yeah, so we'll let you know. Go look out for Bat. I guarantee you'll find this in your shops. So now you know. Its name is right there in the cover too. It says John Buscema, and people don't even know it. And it's out there. Okay. Here's another one that's fun. That's also very affordable, and that's Just Imagine Stan Lee with John Buscema creating Superman. This is in 2001 for DC Comics. We have a high sale of $32 in a 9.6 in January 2026 of this year. $4 is the last sale, and that's the very fine, and that's also the fair market value. $32 is really the only real sale in a 9.6. However, there's currently 88 copies in the census. They unite for the first time. Stan Lee and John Buscema are now reunited to create their version of Superman. And for the most part, Buscema handles the main story, artwork, and the cover. So it was very much done in Marvel style. Did you ever get to pick up any of the Just Imagine Stan? You have all.
I have all of them.
So you have this one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He decided to make money by joining the circus. His jetpack didn't work, which is what actually allowed him to fly. I mean, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, no, it's great, and it's such a good. It's. I don't think these stories were particularly great, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, they were past their prime, unfortunately, by this time, right?
And when I say a lot of fun, like back when you could afford to buy something just for fun, and now a fun book comes out, and it's like, that's $6, you know?
Yeah. His last work of art, which is very, very interesting, is Superman: Blood of My Ancestors. This is actually a one-shot that came out in 2003.
And again, some Conan-esque action.
Exactly. $26, 9.8 was the high sale back in July 2023. Last sale of this book was $5, and that's the fair market value for this book. Also, the $26 is really the only sale. There's only 3 copies in the census. Now, here's where things get really interesting to me. We've been focusing our attention on John Buscema, but this also features the final work of Gil Kane as well. This was
doubling down on the key action.
Well, at the same time, it's both of their final works. So Gil Kane also passed away during, just after this book, and so did Buscema's passed away during this book. So a book that, for the most part, most people don't know about. And now, hopefully, you know, and you could go ahead and pick it up. And again, pick it up in the dollar bin. There's not that many copies in the census. There's only 3 in the census, so it's extremely rare in the census. And I feel like things like this, are, you know, will take some time. Yep, Kelly Nolan did the inks. You could see, I could tell his inks a mile away too. So, you know, that's pretty cool. So there you have it. Blood of My Ancestors. Buscema's doing his Superman. He had a chance to do Superman proper. And there you have it, guys.
I can't believe it's just a one-shot.
Well, it is a one-shot, but there you have it, guys. That is our artist spotlight on John Buscema. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please take the time to like this video, share it with others, leave a comment. Let me know what's your favorite John Buscema comic that's out there. Did I get anything off or, you know, wrong? Let me know. I try my best to get as much information as I possibly can, just to make sure you guys have the best information when it comes to these things. So what do you think, Cliff? How did I do?
No, it's beautiful. And all the wonderful works that he truly deserves to be acknowledged for. Great job.
Thank you. All right. Let's take this off for now. And we're back here. So what you been up to, bro?
Why do you always say it like that?
Because this is my time to switch
I think I'm still recovering from Terrificon.
Really?
I am still recovering. Every day, like when I get up at night to use the bathroom, the space between my toes still hurts. You know, it still stings. Bobby, you're so funny. We're not done, Bobby. We're not done. We got to do the top trending comics.
We got one more thing to do, and then we'll be done.
So like for instance, like Saturday night when we were there, and I got up to use the bathroom Saturday and Sunday, like already, like all my whole foot hurt, right? And now, like still, even like this morning, I got up to use the bathroom at like 3 a.m. and I can still feel the pain between my toes, and I'm like, oh my Lord.
That's like diabetes, right? Diabetes?
Well, no, like this is just from all the walking, whatever. I mean, yeah, diabetes can play into it because you're not healing as fast and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it was something else. So there is that. And then I am going to go see, I'm going down to Jay and Silent Bob's new.
Oh, you're going to go to the stash?
I'm going to the stash. Do you know who's going to be there?
And no, I'm not aware.
My beloved artist friend from Brazil, Joe Prado, will be there tomorrow.
Oh, so you're going tomorrow?
I'm going tomorrow. It's also my friend Kevin's birthday that we're celebrating. His birthday was Saturday. The plans were not coming together. I was still aching. And I was like, hey, I'm doing this thing Wednesday. Do you happen to be off? I do happen to be off. I'm like, awesome. I'll pick you up in the morning. We can have lunch. We could go to the stash. We could come home. And then after I drop him off at home, I know I'm going to come home and I'm going to fall apart. But the point is, we can do it.
I've been to the stash. I love the place.
The new stash.
Yes, I've been to the old stash too.
No, I've been to both of the old ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be my first time for the new one. Oh, we lost him. Do you know what was interesting? I was watching a couple old episodes of Comic Book Men the other night, and I just can't believe how much things have changed. They went to Jeppy's in Baltimore, Maryland, and so it was, and that was the guy who owned Diamond Distribution, and it was this beautiful museum to comics, right?
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and it closed in like 2016 or later. I was devastated. But Jeppy, whatever his first name is, he donated most of the content of that comic book museum. He donated it to the Library of Congress. So if you want to see any of those books, you got to schedule to see them at the Library of Congress.
Cool. Like I missed the beginning because I accidentally hit the wrong button. So I actually got myself out. I kicked myself out.
It's okay. It's okay.
So cool.
Bring your presentation back because I saw that one out too.
Yeah, no, it's there. It's It's ready. So let's go ahead. Oh no, we're not going to show it yet. I'm not going to show it yet. It's being
Well, I don't.
staged.
Well, what are we even doing, folks? What are we
You
even
know,
doing?
it's just one of those things. It's time to talk about top trending. All right, it is now time for the top trending comic books. These are the books that I take all the list from. What is this? Frank Papa Cliff?
No, it's my Legion. It's my Legion Clubhouse.
No, put it back on. You look like the Pope.
I know, that's what's so fun. This is our top trending comics.
Dear God, help us, Lord. You know what's happening to you. You know that, right?
What? I'm losing it. I think it's awesome.
I think you've been lost it. Good morning, AI grading. Even though for us it's evening. All right, we got the top trending comics. So what I end up doing is I make a list. I have a spreadsheet. In that spreadsheet, I take the top trending books from Key Collector, from CBSI, as well as Cover Price. I put them together and I have them against each other. I check out what the fair market values for each book are. I also check how many sales each book has to determine what I believe is the true number one book. So it is something that I do. I have to do it on Tuesdays because that's when I get all the lists and I can do all the factors. So, Cliff, what do you see?
I see BS.
P.S.
I'm sorry. I love that Mark Brooks cover. I love it. But
I love it too.
The fact that it has had these outrageous pre-sale numbers is so upsetting to me because I don't fall for it, people. I don't whatever, but it's your money. But this is not gonna last, you know.
It's Hello Kitty number one.
Yo, there will be a day. I know it's gonna happen.
Yo, Hello Kitty is hot right now. I'll give it that much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There will come a day. But
here's the thing about Hello Kitty.
Verity Pennyworth. We got
also,
Verity Pennyworth.
Yep, we got Verity Pennyworth.
We got Mr. Sinister News. That book shot up. I won't be surprised if that's your number one.
Okay.
And then I saw her on another number one, the Ileana Magic cover. I think it's fun. I don't know if all the statistics will give her number one for you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to find out, right? I visually enjoy the Absolute Batman 24 cover. Yes. I visually enjoy it. I love it. I'm just disturbed at the pre-sale values. If it's a pre-sale, why are we seeing these numbers? I'm just saying, this is the sort of thing that I thought that DC was going to do something about. And instead, all they really did was make a safety net so that should they choose to bring the hammer on somebody, they could say, well, you were all warned.
Yeah. So I've had conversations. So we were in Terrificon. I did talk to a couple of people about that, only to find out that it is a shot fire, but it's a shot with blanks.
It's a warning shot. That's all it is. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to happen. One of these is going to do it.
So well, let's go ahead and go into the list. And as always, we always start with the honorable mentions. So we'll take a moment to take a look at the honorable mentions first before we start talking about that one, because the honorable mentions are important to take note of. Starting with the return of Dazzler.
My girl.
All right, Absolute Batman issue number 4. And here's another one.
Oh, that one's for me.
Right?
That one's for me. And don't think I'm not mad at the world. Don't think I'm not mad at the world.
All right.
By the minute I heard about this comic, it was suddenly sold out. Unbelievable. Yep. Unbelievable.
So we got the 130 back. Now there's again, it's back. Taylor Swift as Dazzler.
It's not Taylor Swift though.
Well, they're starting it again.
Well, I don't know who they are, but they need to put it on ice.
Well, either there were AI photos, right? Because I'm
Right.
assuming they were AI photos of Taylor Swift as Dazzler showing up in either Doomsday or Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Specifically, I believe
dumb.
it's Secret Wars. So that's what caused the spike in the sales of this book.
I'm not falling for it again.
All right.
Plus, I already own mine, so I'm over it.
Yeah, I have my copy signed, so I'm happy to. Absolute Batman issue number 4. This is just the trend that's going on with Absolute Batman, that people are just clamoring for these books. People just keep trying to they're trying to complete runs during a time that they probably shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? I think it's one of those things for me, you got to let it cool off now. Now, granted, we don't know how long it's going to be before it finally cools off, but you're going to have to let it cool off eventually. What are your thoughts on those?
I agree. It's fine.
We got 10 jewels. Woohoo! Just in time for Dazzler.
You know, it's really funny, Izzy, because I don't know how to say it enough. I want people to enjoy things. You can enjoy something that I'm not enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, at what point do we go, wow, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
What's up with these prices? Like, that's what bothers me. It bothers me.
I agree with that. And then finally, you have a pre-sale.
And that bothers me even more.
This is the pre-sale of Teen Titans #1, the Ticote Oro Comic Rail Vault, limited to 900 copies.
So lucky that I only consider this about 9% himbo. You know?
Now,
there's too many clothes.
One of the things I do have to tell you, you're going to hate the sound of this. The last recorded sale of this book, how about this? You guess. Guess what's the last recorded sale of this book?
$5.99.
Very close. $5.50.
Yeah, I figured.
Yes, yesterday.
So what happens is, what pre-sale means is it's sold out from whoever was selling it.
Comic Vault.
Comic
Vault. It was being sold in the comic. So the book is not officially out.
Right, the book's not officially out. But let's say I put this book on my website and I put 500 trade, 1,000 or 500 trade, 500 virgin, 500 foil, and they all sold out. So everyone who pre-bought from me, then let's say 30% of those buyers went over to eBay and then did a pre-sale based on pre-ordering from me.
Yeah.
And then those numbers shot up into outrageous places.
Yeah, and it's really the secondary market that causes these numbers.
Right. And I just think it's very bizarre and unfair and whatever. And I'm just going to roll my eyes and not get anywhere with this.
But when it comes to those numbers, though, one of the things I'm always curious to find out, because I'm going to do some research when these things happen, are these auction numbers or are these the actual sales figures?
Well, I'm usually
are these buy it nows?
I'm imagining auction numbers.
Yeah.
Because I think that's more likely. And usually once we see high auction numbers, then we start seeing the high what do you call it?
Nows.
The high buy it nows. Cliffy, are you slinging comics now? I'm slinging something. Come and find out, Ernie.
Yeah, I think, first of all, I will say it is a fantastic cover. It is a great cover, and I do see why people are hunting it down. However,
because they thirsty.
Yeah, it is definitely a good looking cover. However, for a price for $500, that to me is just insane.
It is. I agree. And it's not even full thirst trap. It's at best, it's mediocre thirst trap.
It's just a relaunch book. It's not like one of those major keys, right? So
no, but I mean, this is a cover buy. There's definitely a cover buy that's taking place.
Yes.
Right? And there's only supposed to be, 700 of these? 900 of these?
900,
right? So it is a total cover grab. And people love the Batman family. So I guess
there is a special place for Jason Todd these days. Yeah. People really like their Red Hood. You know, people have been enjoying Red Hood. So, you know, those are your honorable mentions. Let's go into this list now. Let's dive right into number 10. All right, so coming in for number 10 in our list here, it's going to go to Strange Academy #1. All right, this came out from 2020 from Marvel Comics, $38 near mint, last recorded sale. Most common is $43 near mint, $138 9.8. As far as trending list goes, it's number 6 for Key Collector, number 8 for CBSI. It did make the cover price top 20, so it came in number 15. 7-day, 30 days, we have 15 sales within the last 7, 22 within the last 30. Hype level of this book is actually at a medium. This has everything to do with D23 specifically, because there's been rumors of some kind of Strange Academy TV show, whether it's animated, live action. I also believe that this is one of those spec buys. Now, bear in mind, one of the reasons why this book actually demands higher value than most other books is the time frame it was released. It was released at the heart of the COVID era, so the pandemic era. So the fact is that these books were not able to go out the way they were supposed to go out, so they became more limited in copies and hard to pick up. But however, the book is not, it's really not a rare book. It's just because of that time frame. Your thoughts on Strange Academy?
I love it. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. What would you prefer, live action or would you prefer the animated? I feel like it should be animated.
Okay, I think we'd have more fun animated, but it should be give me the live action series.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be extremely
if it's
expensive.
If it's gonna count towards the MCU, give me a movie or a series. And I'd be fine with a movie, by the way. It'd probably be better as a series, but their series are all woo.
Well,
you know,
the whole thing with Strange Academy is that it's trying to encapsulate from the concept of Harry Potter. So, you know, yes.
Do you really feel that way? Did you read it? Did you read it?
No, I'm saying that.
Did you read it? Yes or no? Did you read it? Yes or no? Did you read it?
Face value. I'm not comparing it to what
face value is
the book.
Garbage, Izzy. This is
but
what
face value is what brings people in the first place, bro.
The word strange as in Doctor Strange should be
okay. Yes, but it's Doctor Strange. It's an academy. It is magic. When you think of magic, people love them Harry Potter stuff, so they get it for things like that. I'm not saying it's a Harry Potter bite off, but trust me, it was capitalizing off of the love of Harry Potter when it came out. I don't
think so.
It's
I don't even think anybody was awake to notice.
I think, well, part of the hype behind it has to do with the fact that it came out in 2020. Now, Scotty Young's a great writer.
But was Harry Potter out in 2020? Did his last movie?
Oh, Harry Potter was around. But
all right, it was around, but it was over.
But still, Harry Potter doesn't die out.
Oh, well, because they won't let it die out because they love a paycheck.
Oh, yeah, because it makes money. If it makes money, it's going to make money. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but I'm saying it's because of that. Trust me. It's because of it.
Chat, you tell me, did you hear about this book, read this book, enjoy this book, and did Harry Potter play a role in you even thinking about this book?
I'm not talking about this audience. I'm talking about to the open audience.
And I'm saying, bring them to me, Izzy. I want to meet them.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing I say about Absolute Batman. Why is Absolute Batman hot? It's very much manga Batman.
Yeah. Except, once again, I was left to my own devices. I had to go out there and find those people who are reading.
Face value. People
are reading. Face value, hot trash.
People are reading Absolute Batman.
Of course they are reading Absolute Batman. I had to go and find them. That's what I'm saying. That's one thing that I get pissed off about. I want to do investigation. Do you think one person helps? No, y'all stuck.
Do you read Absolute Batman? Do you read Absolute Batman? Do you read Absolute Batman? Oh my goodness!
Y'all won't do nothing. Y'all won't even take
investigating reporting for something like that.
Do nothing.
All right, let's move on because I want to have my dinner. And we're going in number 9.
No, you don't. Because
I got chicken.
You wouldn't be making trash. You wouldn't be making trash accusations if you want to eat your dinner.
Absolute Batman number 10 comes in at number 9 for DC Comics. This one's crazy to me. Last recorded sale, $126 and a 9.2. Most common is $119 near mint. This book is going over $100 in near mint. $392 and a 9.8. Trending list, number 3 for Key Collector, number 6 for CBSI, number 7 for cover price. 7-day, 30-day sales, 9 sales within the last 7, 15 within the last 30. Hype level is at a high. Now, it's at a high because it's on all the list. That's how it is. 2, the price is crazy. That's what I'm saying.
It is crazy. Did you
The
read
price
this
is
book?
crazy. Actually, I did read this book. So shut
There
up,
you go.
okay?
There you
Shut
go.
up.
That's what I like.
Because I got this book before it was anything near that price. Right? I was wise enough to it. By the time you get to issue 10, so let's be honest. If you're not already sold by just the fact that you can have a crazy run, the only thing is, I don't understand. And again, that's kind of where we are with this whole absolute universe. What I don't get about the absolute universe is the prices these books are starting to get, especially in issue 10. We're talking about an issue 10 here.
Oh, who could have possibly have said anything about that before?
Well, an issue number 1 is one thing, maybe even a 2 or a 3. Heck, even a 4, but you're talking about issue 10. This book has to be over 500,000 copies, in my opinion.
Yeah. And yet, here we are.
Because we got Baby Head Batman.
No, we got Baby Head.
No, it's Baby Head Batman.
I don't know. Bane's head is super tight.
Well, Bane has always been this way, though. Only
thing issue 10 is when Absolute Batman started getting really good.
No, it started getting really good long before that.
No, because
I would say the hype started in 6.
No, I don't believe that at all. I mean, like, wait, Mr. Freeze.
That's
I'll give you a little Mr. Freeze. But I think like the actual momentum that we witnessed was around 10.
It was a growing momentum from book series, each issue after the next. But by issue 10, the book was already a stellar hit.
I mean,
originally it wasn't planned to go that far either.
None of them were. They were using the 6-issue bullshit. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, like we do 6, we see how it goes. You know.
Yep. So now
and that's that. We got to do it all over again. We got to do it for Vixen and Static.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Nerdy Geek, I want you to know. I think you're absolutely right with 10, but I personally witnessed people having an interest with Mr. Freeze, like in real time. So I'm not going to discount that because like I witnessed it, you know. But and again, because this is where I'm really interested. I want to know what the people are actually reading. So I am always talking to people in my shop, and I will talk to people in other shops. I want to know.
He's gonna be at Secret Stash tomorrow, just talking to people.
Then when people fired me up, and don't think I'm gonna talk to people tomorrow, I'll talk my ass off at Jay and Silent Bob.
You gonna talk from your ass?
Really, when people really fired me up, and I love JoJo and I, oh my god, the love is so real, and you have no idea. Like I'm legit on that. But like anyhow, I get really upset about this because like it's the what's popular and rarity are like the crossover does not always meet. It's so weird.
Yeah.
You know, more people need to read Ghost Pepper. Right on, Nerdy.
There you go. All right, let's go on. Let's move.
And
on.
Radiant Black.
Coming in at number 8. It has to go to Absolute Batman 24, the Mark Brooks Web Store Foil Virgin Variant 2026. $180 near mint is last recorded sale. Secondary market, $187. Trending list, this only made cover price because it was dropped during the weekend from my understanding, and we have 16 sales to account for as of right now. Hype level's at a medium for this book, and I'm with you. I want to first talk about the art.
I dig it.
The art, the work that he's done on this image is he's done some great stuff. Mark Brooks lately has banger after banger after banger after banger. Like his Absolute Wonder Woman when he did his Absolute Satana, that is gorgeous, both of them. But he went to another level, and I just love the color scheme that he's using. You know what I'm saying? It's like this actually, to me, this feels like, I'll tell you exactly what it feels like. It feels like Gotham from the Tim Burton universe.
Yeah, it has that vibe. It's got the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen his, like, I think Absolute Batman 18 and 19 covers?
Yeah, I seen them. I seen
They're
them all.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Oh, look at Kingdom of Nerds. Bruce got it just in time. Good for you, man.
Yeah, see, and I tried, and now nope, right out from under me.
The bots got you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was a bots thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, Mark Books does do open orders, but this is I guess this is a web exclusive for his store. So
right, but I think his store might be protected.
Possibly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but $180 is still $180. Just is, man. It's crazy that this book has got, and you know what? For a Virgin variant, $180. That seems like I'm not justifying it in that way, but I feel like it's kind of justifiable. I don't know.
Listen, if this was after the book hit the street, I would feel less meh about it.
Yeah.
But
what if it was hit in a convention?
Like after the convention?
Well, no. What if it was a convention exclusive?
Again, if we were talking about this as something that already released, was in people's hands, I would feel differently. It's the fact that it still hasn't even like hit the world. No,
it's coming out September. It's a September book. And by the way, there's some other great covers featuring the Bat. Like it's Batgirl, but they're calling her the Bat in this series.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
And who knows? She may not even ever get the title of Batgirl.
No, it's probably I doubted they even bother. All right, number 7 in our list, man. We're still on 7. Uncanny X-Men 129, first appearance of our girl Kitty Pryde from Marvel Comics. We have a last recorded sale, $170. Yep, at 7.0. Most common is 170 and a very fine. So the person actually got a 7.0 at 170 when the raw goes for 170. That's pretty cool. $530, 9.6. As far as trending list goes, it's number 4 for CBSI. We have 15 sales within the last 7, 45 within the last 30, and the hype level is at a medium. Is this more about Emma than it is about Kitty?
Oh yeah, right now it's more about Emma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
But also first Hellfire Club, so like,
hey, what's going on, Paulie's? Paulie's out. I'm catching up on Absolute Bat. Please tell me that's not Absolute Nightfall Batman. No,
it is not.
It is Batgirl. We'll get to Nightfall eventually. I'm sure. Yeah, this was a cool one. I like the fact that I see this book here, but it is the Emma Frost effect, and it has everything to do with the casting from last week with Samara Weaving. So,
I almost feel like we barely talked about that tonight because tonight was so many things.
Well, we did talk about X-Men for a little bit. So
no, we did. I just feel like it all feels like a flash in the pan.
Well, it is, man. We have very busy shows, man. I was hoping we keep this below 3 hours, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Okay, I don't know who this is for, but it's
I
not
know
for
it.
me.
Okay, it's not for you, but it is the Amazing Spider-Man 34. This is the Humberto Ramos D23 Expo version variant. I'll explain a little bit more. Last recorded sales 129 near mint. Most common is $148. As far as trending list, it only was able to make it to cover price because it came out during the weekend. So the other list wasn't able to get it. So it might be on their list next week. We have 27 sales in total. Hype levels at a meeting. Now, every year, D26 gives D23 always does a special comic book to associate whatever the case is, right? So there was year over year we get a book, and sometimes it's usually done by Humberto Ramos, and I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what other artists would do the covers. This was the cover that they give. So what they would do is, if you go to D23, you will get this comic book. It was free of charge. It wasn't. It's not like a comic book that you will buy at the shop. You would just get it, and then what they would do is people will put it in the aftermarket and they'll sell it. Now, the reason why the book ends up going in high value is because a lot of the people that are in D23 are not like the people from like a San Diego Comic-Con. So they're going in because they want to know a little bit about the TVs and shows, and most specifically, they also go because of the park. They want to know what cool amusement rides and things like that, or special features. So a lot of people that do go to D23 are not comic book people. So what ends up happening when they get these comics, they do what they would normally do with the books. They would probably give it to their kids or something, and the kids would read the comic book as any other comic book. And then as time progresses, these book becomes a little more rare as a result of that. I don't know exactly what's the count, but if it's meant to be everybody in the show, then that, I guess that's the count for these books, right? Every year when the book is released, it ends up making a list because of the same factor. So if you go back a couple of years, there's that famous one with Mickey holding the cake. And this one's kind of similar here, the same thing as well. Instead, it's Minnie instead of Mickey. So do you remember seeing that one, the Mickey with Spider-Man one?
I do.
Yeah. So that's the same thing here for this one. And that's why it's not for you. It's not, honestly, it's not for me either. It's just, it's the book. Like, it's not even in League of Comics.
If the Muppets were there, it would be for you.
It was the Muppets. Yeah, I'm a Muppet guy. I love the Muppets. Because it's, special place in my heart. But this is what it is. So the other ones are better. You know what I'm saying? But it's keeping a tradition that they're keeping year over year. I think this is the third of its kind. So it would be something if somebody has all three of them, because they went
right. Because yeah, it'd be amazing if something, because 2016 you would have to get the Spider-Man one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming in number 5 in our list, it goes to Avengers Annual number 10, First Appearance of Rogue, that came out in 1981. $54 in the no grade was the last recorded sale. This book goes for $79 at Very Fine, $344 for 9.6. As far as trending list goes, it was number 10 for cover price. We have 37 sales within the last 7, 72 within the last 30. Hype level is at a high. Again, it's D23 all over again. Tell me why.
Rogue, and she was a very last minute surprise edition.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we talked a little bit this earlier today about it. This is a hunger yawn, not a tired yawn, but yep. Indy Navrieta, right, as you would say. She is playing.
I thought it was Navarrete. I don't know.
I said Navrieta, but she is Spanish,
right? But Navarrete is a town in Spain.
Yeah, so maybe she's Spanish.
So listen, I do not.
I'm not 100% sure.
Language is a whole thing on this planet,
and me pronunciation is a whole thing somewhere else for someone else.
Yes.
First appearance of Rogue. Look at how cheap this book is.
Overall, yeah.
All right, I have 3 copies of this book. I have plenty. Of copies.
It's so funny because I think I have my good copy. I think I have a beater copy. And then I think I had let me grab this for a Philobox copy. I think there's 3 floating around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's a fun book. It's a book that, for the most part, it's actually pretty easy to obtain. It's usually below 100 most of the times, and you could probably even get it for like $50 most of the time. Now with the news, it's gonna go up in value. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it should. And
but it's gonna do one of these, right?
Dreams.
It's gonna do one of these things. So hopefully we get a moment where she gets to Carol Danvers and takes her powers. That's what I want to see. Coming in at number 4 in our list, it goes to G.I. Joe, Real American Hero 330. We're talking about the second print Chris Mooneyham variant. This book came out last week for Image Comics. $15 near minutes, last recorded sale. Most common is $12 for this book. As far as trending goes, is number 3 for CBSI, number 3 for cover price. 7-day, 30-day sales. We have 28 sales, 38 within the last 30. Hype level's at a medium here. It is the first cover appearance, even though it's a repurposed image of Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider. How you feel about repurposed covers?
I'm not the biggest fan, but I feel like it doesn't hurt anyone in this case.
I also think that what they did with it, they made it work. Because it feels like a cover.
Yeah.
Like, if you would have told me that this is a cover and not an interior page, I would have been like, yeah, I see that. But, the fact that they decided to take an interior page and made it into a cover, I think it's because they knew it would work, and it does. It definitely does work. So shout out to Chris Mooneyham for getting the cover. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree, and I like the way it worked. But who knows? Maybe they designed that splash page with this in mind.
That's quite possible, especially since they knew. Right?
By the way, I heard Homegirl say her own name, and she said Navarrete, so I don't even know.
Oh, not ready?
Yeah, so now it's like oh now I gotta make it a mission to go meet her. Now I gotta go find her.
All right. And now let's go into number 3 in our list. Coming in at number 3, it will go to Batman number 8, the Jorge Jimenez. That's how you say it, Jimenez. A lot of people say Jimenez. Why would they say Jimenez?
How about I hear people call him George Jimenez, and I'm like, okay.
So you're translating the name? Like,
I hear people call him George, and I'm like, why are we doing like George Perez did it? Okay, I get it. I've never seen Jorge Jimenez do it.
But it is funny to me, right? When like people I know named Jorge, sometimes we will call him George, but that's because they accepted it, right? As a name.
I don't know what's taking place, but I've met multiple people who refer to him as George, and I'm guessing he's fine with it, and I guess that's fine. But
it's Jimenez, not Jimenez.
If I'm in earshot and someone calls him George and he does not appreciate it, this Kool-Aid man will charge you. And I'll be like, what are you doing with my beautiful sex artist friend Jorge? What is happening?
Yes. George Jimenez. Things to come variant from DC Comics. $70 near mints last week. This book has climbed up the charts, man. I even heard of a $90 sale, to be completely honest with you. We have a most common fair market value of $51 near mint, $61 9.8. Now, keep in mind when it comes to those 9.8s, those were pretty much pre-sale 9.8s before anybody even bothered to pay attention to what this cover was actually, who was in this actual cover. So that's take that $61 with a grain of salt. Trending list number 4 for Key Collector, number 1 for CBSI, did not make the cover price top 10. As far as 7-day sales, we have 13 sales within the last 7, 106 within the last 30. So that's what's keeping this book hot and keeping this book fresh. I think it was a nice little sneaky way of throwing in a first cover appearance.
Yeah. Well, they did call it the Things to Come cover, right?
They told you this is like what, a cover E or something like that. So it was an open order for cover. So the fact that it's gaining, like, the price range is like going up is pretty crazy. Yeah. Number 2, you thought this book was going to be number 1.
Oh, I was close.
It was close. In many cases, it probably should be, and that is Uncanny X-Men 221 from Marvel Comics from 1984. We have the last recorded sale of this book at $115, 9.4. Most common is $70 near mint, $493 and a 9.8. Notice the difference between the 9.4 and the 9.8. Isn't that crazy? Like,
it's wonderful. Thank you for the discount.
Over $300 of difference. As far as trending list, it actually made it to number 6 in cover price. Here's where the things gets really crazy. The sales. We have 118 within the last 7, 181 within the last 30. Hype level is at a high. Why is this in the list? Cliff, go ahead and tell them.
Mr. Sinister. Now that we know that Nathaniel blah 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 XX blah blah blah. I don't know my other last names.
Moby.
Complicated.
Moby.
Whatever. It's complicated. I don't like all the name changing. If they wanted me to jump out of my seat or piss myself, he needed to say Nathaniel Essex. Instead, he said the most BS old school. I'm old English. Remember that one episode of me at the end of X-Men 97 when the animation was shit? Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
But here's my question. Why did he say that and not Mr. Sinister?
Because I know this is an origin buildup. I think we're going to see, I think he's going to be not more than a one-time villain, right? Which I hope, because, Sinister.
But could you be a third act turn into Sinister?
Or a second act turn. Yeah, second or third act turn into Sinister.
Yeah.
And maybe even one of those things where, like, we most of us will understand something is wrong, right? and he's just a very manipulative antagonist. And then we proceed into head-on, aggressive antagonist, villain, right? I don't know. I do know his origin is tied to Scott's origin. And
Jean, don't forget Jean's involved too.
No, but that's later, because if you
but you keep in mind the whole Madeline Pride.
I know, but that all comes after he actually meets Jean. We have to address that. He kind of raised Cyclops. Let's start with that weird factor first, right? And then let's see. Maybe in this movie it'll be like, well, I'm Dr. So-and-so, and I raised Scott, blah blah blah, and oh look, I have samples of all of your X-Men's DNA.
So Bo is asking, will he have the Sinister team? I'm going to go on the record and say no.
No, I don't think so. But I hope we get there. I hope we get crazy with it.
Honestly, I hope we get the jewel in the forehead. That I do want to see. But to me, it's a little weird how they're going to go with this one, because with Sinisters, it's not going to be a 1-for-1 comic, comic cover. Like, look, he's not going to have whatever those things are, the tassels. I don't know what they call them. What that tassel cape that he has. Will he have the white skin?
I mean, he should get there. Remember, he also is like a shapeshifter, so it's not like.
So do you think we'll get the white skin? Do you think we'll get the fangs? I don't think we're gonna get the fangs.
I feel like we should get it eventually. I feel like we should. I kind of want to be rewarded in that way, but again, I'm not them. I just sit back and try to filter.
Well, there's certain times that they try and it just doesn't work. I don't think the fangs work. They just look at Spider-Man Brand New Day, where you had Tombstone. They did the fangs on Tombstone, and it looked a little comical. But we'll see. Ready for number 1?
I'm ready.
Well, now you know it's number 1.
Yeah.
It is none other than X-Men 35, the Marvel Games, Marvel Toucan Fighting Souls variant.
Yes.
Magic 2026.
Thank you, C.B. Sobieski.
$17 near mint. Most common is $18. As far as trending list goes, it's number 2 for CBSI, number 1 for cover price. We have 62 sales within the last 7, 74 within the last 30. Hype level is at a high. Move over, Marvel Rivals, I say. Here's the new one.
I think this is just more of the same.
It is more of the same. It's exactly
more of the same, and it's the same thing. Oh no, we didn't see this coming. Oh, I really want it.
Which to me is now joke's on you.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't see this coming, then you're the problem. Boo. I like the cover. I think it's a nice cover. I like it. It's very simplistic. It does have an anime feel to it, but it's not anime. But it's not overly done. Mm-hmm. Wait till you see the ghost lock. Oh, maybe. All right. So there you have it. Those are your top trending books for the week. Tell me your thoughts. I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts? Which books do you have? Share your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you go back to the comments in the video. Just leave a comment. Let me know what you like about the show, what you didn't like. Did Cliff drive you crazy? Am I a jerk? I don't know. Tell me what you think.
Both things can be true at the same time.
There you have it. Weird. It kept it instead of just do that. Anyway, it's dinner time. It's well past dinner time.
It's Psylocke Ghost Rider time.
Haven't mine is Green Goblin. Bo, I hate you. In such a good way, though. Yeah, so Cliff, you want to know something?
Do I?
It's coming. It's coming. I've been working hard.
Something's coming, all right, right, Bo?
It's coming. So my video on Spider-Man 1000 is drawing nearer. I still have a couple of chapters to work on. However, chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4 are already locked in. And if you are a channel member, you have to be a channel member. You get to see the previews of the video. So I'm members only get to see those videos. It's kind of a way of saying thank you of what it's about. So yeah, so it's almost bedtime. Yep, it's dinner time for me. I'm well past dinner time. Both are meant to work together. Yeah. Great show. Thank you.
Right. The aggressiveness, the annoyingness. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Wait till you see us in Baltimore. If you go to Baltimore, you get to see the two of us together. Bruce would know, right?
Bruce told us the loudest mofos he's ever had. I don't even know what the word he was. Pleasure is a loose interpretation of the word.
Wait. Las Cruces is saying you guys finished doing spoiler talk. Dude, Las Cruces, if you are raising the volume now, I'm sure. Like, look at it. I can't with you two. Oh, that's how it is. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. We'll continue talking. Who's going to be in the list? We'll find out. Maybe that Mark's Books returns.
Maybe Static will be there in the Titans.
Oh, I think there will be a Static book. I think that's a good pick because we got.
I'm hoping and praying.
Yeah, bring your earplugs. That's right. Bring your earplugs because we're gonna blow your minds. And with that,
I'm gonna blow something on. I'm gonna blow something up.
Oh God, guys, we'll see you next. We'll see you next time. We love you. Excelsior, everybody.
I think this is it. I think you're about to go home. Okay. All right. Thank you.
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 Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I never said thank you. And you'll never have to.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I guess I'll see you.